Tonight on the Paranormal Files, we're exploring the Cresson Sanatorium and Prison. This place saw an estimated 30,000 to 40,000 deaths.
We've heard doors slamming and footsteps and all kinds of disembodied voices in this basement. Our most famous inmate would have been held in here. His name was Joseph Callinger. He was a serial killer. This building's very scary. Don't like coming in here by myself. He has a human top half and what looks like tadpole legs.
We're starting off tonight here in the chapel.
It literally sounds like movement.
Yo, what the fuck?
We're going down to the tunnels now.
Starts going off
It's like it wants to share its story.
It's trying to make us understand that there's something up there dangerous.
Beware.
Beware! Do you not like us in this building? Get out.
And it led us to the inhuman thing.
Oh my god.
Tonight on the Paranormal Files, we're exploring the Cresson Sanatorium and Prison, one of the newest haunted locations in the United States that you can investigate, and in my experience, one of the scariest. This place saw an estimated 30,000 to 40,000 deaths, from tuberculosis patients to inmates and all other sorts of freak accidents and murders. In tonight's episode, we explored most of the complex and investigated a lot of land. And at the end of this video, you're going to see that we uncovered a very dark secret behind this property that up until this point wasn't known or discovered. You're watching the Paranormal Files. Buckle in, this is a scary ride.
I'm Connor Shannon. I've been ghost hunting with Colin for probably about 2 months now, but we've been on and off on investigations for a little while now. First off, I have to say this is definitely one of the scariest places I have ever been in my whole life, and you're about to see why.
So Cresson Sanatorium and Prison, I've wanted to visit this place for a long time now. I was actually supposed to shoot here back in July with Exploring with Josh, Seth Borden, Kalani. It would have been a team up of a bunch of people that have been on the channel lately, but it's a 4-hour drive from Philadelphia where we live, so we didn't choose to head all the way out there at the time. But when we came back this last week, it was snowing. It was a blizzard. It was about 18-20 degrees out there at night. So I kind of wish we would have filmed there back in the summertime. But I don't know, there's something about investigations in the cold that's just different. The way that the property feels. It's almost like the paranormal activity is amplified. And as you're about to see in this video, it definitely was for us. So driving up to the sanitarium was, it's an experience of its own. I mean, the place is tucked way back into the woods. At this point, Connor and I had just driven 4 hours from Philadelphia to get there that night. And yeah, we hadn't seen the place yet. We didn't know what to expect. And as you're gonna see in this footage, the place is absolutely massive. Okay, everybody, so we're here at the Cresson Sanatorium and Prison. We're driving in. It is a snowy, ice cold night. And I have to say, it is fucking creepy out here.
I love this.
Yeah.
The snow is definitely adding to the kind of creepy eeriness of this place.
Yeah, there's something about snow that almost adds to an investigation. Makes it even creepier. Oops, seatbelt.
Oh.
Yeah, these woods are a little spooky around here. I'm like a little nervous for tonight.
Honestly.
This place is huge. We've heard some horrifying stories about these buildings. And as you can see in this footage, when you're back here, you are very, very isolated.
Yeah, it's at the top of a mountain. So, I mean, there's definitely not much up there or around there. Here's part of it, I think.
Yeah, this
warehouse.
is like, I think, is this their car?
Not 100% sure.
Oh, I think this is them up there.
Oh, yes. Jeez, this place is massive.
Holy shit, man.
There's still like the high fences.
Wow, bro. is unlike anything we've ever done.
Honestly. These are like straight up prison fences around this place.
I was just blasting with my light. Oh shit.
Don't get fucking stuck in there. Maybe pack down that snow a little bit. Imagine we get stuck up here.
This. Okay, here we are.
Lovely.
So we started out our night at Cresson with a tour from Rachel, who's worked at the property for a long time now. She's really well versed in the history, and I mean, this place is absolutely massive. Over 20 buildings, acres and acres of land, and yeah, there's a lot of ground to cover there, so we were barely able to even touch on a third of the history of this place because we would need to do a 6-hour long history tour. But that's one of the more interesting things about this location and this haunting in specific. Since Cresson, the actual prison, just closed back in 2016, and a lot of documents from its early days were lost or they can't find them. There's a lot of mystery surrounding the property. They still don't know a lot of the names of the people who died there. They don't know if there are burial grounds on site that have yet to be discovered. They think that there are. They don't know a lot about this complex, and they especially don't know a lot about one entity in particular that we're gonna be focusing on in this video. We're gonna talk about it in a second. But that's our job as paranormal investigators, not only to capture evidence of the paranormal, but to try determine what happened at a location that living people don't know about, the history of a place that has yet to be told. And that was our goal during this investigation, is to find the history that has yet to be discovered at Cresson. And yeah, we discovered something.
Hi, my name is Rachel Rochella, and I am the guide here at Cresson Sanatorium and Prison. And welcome. This is a massive facility, 34 acres and 17 buildings that you can explore tonight, and it's going to be a really good time.
Okay, take us away.
All right. Into building 1 first. That would be easier.
I said off the path a little deeper.
The minute you veer off the sidewalk, you're going into the snow.
Yep, learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So much better. So much better here.
Alright, so general history of the property. It opened in 1913 as a tuberculosis sanatorium. Andrew Carnegie actually owned the land before the state of Pennsylvania took it. He wanted to build a house here for his mother, who was sick at the time and wanted fresh air and light and the high elevation of the mountain to do that. And unfortunately, his mother did pass before he was able to purchase and build a mansion for her. So he donated it to the state of Pennsylvania for $1. And they, with intent to build a tuberculosis sanatorium. So they did start construction on that in 1912, and in 1913 accepted the first patients. In 1956, it became the Lawrence Flick State Hospital, which was a psychiatric mental hospital facility. And there would have been an original tuberculosis sanatorium with wings that jutted off, about a quarter mile long in each direction. So it would have been a huge property at the time. This building that we're in right now is the Maple House. It was built in 1932, used for classes for children that were here. They would have had a children's ward eventually when, unfortunately, the children did get sick during the TB era, and then the prison took it over and would have made it into offices, admin wards, and classes for GED programs, things like that. The state school, it became a state school after it was the Lawrence Flick State Hospital. It became a state school in 1963, and until the prison took it over in 1983. So the Department of Corrections was transferred the property in 1983 and became a medium security men's facility, and it was open until 2013. The prison shut down after some Department of Justice investigations and different things that unfortunately caused a shutdown due to abuse allegations, just a lot of mistreatment of inmates.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we just learned that recently, and actually we learned that the Department of Justice report is available online, so I haven't had a chance to read that yet, but we had just found that out. So a lot of new information is coming in all the time for us.
Okay, so what building is this?
So this is Maple House. This would have been children's ward, originally a preventatorium more than a building during the sanatorium, just to keep the kids safe as their parents were here with TB. And then as the children got sick, it became a children's ward. And then during the state school and hospital would have been just different offices for anybody that was here for administration. It was an admin building. We have an actual admin building, so it was kind of used about a bunch of different ways. This would have been the original woodwork in the lobby right here. There would have been a kitchen in the back for anyone who would have come to visit higher ups from the state. And then there's a library down one of the hallways, different GED classes for inmates in the basement, a barber school, auto body shop, learn to build siding, all kinds of different activities for inmates and classes that they could take. And then upstairs would have been warden's offices, different admins for the prison. Any spot you'd like to see particularly?
Like I said, I don't know anything about any of the buildings.
This one was used for a haunted house, so it is still kind of in that state. But I can take you downstairs. It'd probably be easiest to do that, so you can see the barber school, and then we can hit the tunnel from there, because there is a tunnel system on the property that runs from this building up to our chapel, and then up to the original sanatorium building.
Okay, let's do that.
Would have been the machine shop here. Just a lot of, not much left, obviously. They would have had tools. You can see tools on the wall there. They have these, you'll see these throughout the prison. So every tool had to be accounted for when an inmate was using it, so that they drew diagrams on the wall, numbered them, so that if a tool went missing, they knew exactly who had it. That way there wasn't any shanking or any incidents with the tools.
Wow, that's smart.
Yeah, you'll see them everywhere. Different areas, even in the kitchen. They accounted for every kitchen utensil, ladle, spoon, everything.
Nice.
Another shop there with remnants of tables, and not really sure what they did in here specifically, other than I think they worked on some siding building in here, just from what we've gathered from what's inside the room itself.
I love this.
It's very creepy in here.
It stays creepy all the time.
Just looks eerie.
Yes. There was a staff gymnasium actually down here, so there's 2 gyms on the property. There's a staff one in this building, and then an inmate gym up at the top of the property. So it's pretty neat to see. We get some stuff in this building, paranormal wise. We get a lot of disembodied voices, doors slamming, people walking. Gym in here, still the basketball hoops, everything's kind of still hanging on. A lot of peeling paint. It did sit abandoned for about 6 years before the current owners bought it. So it would have been abandoned from 2013 to 2019 up on the top of the property. They had a maintenance crew come in until 2016 and then just let the prison go. So unfortunately a lot of people came in and didn't really take too much, just broke a lot of glass. So that's the main thing you'll see. Yeah, unfortunate.
There's something about glass.
Yeah, we get a lot, specifically in the basement of this building, more than I guess any of the other floors. We've had people come in and say that they've heard girls talking, screaming, kids in this building, because it obviously was a children's ward when it was a tuberculosis sanatorium. Yeah, so this is one of the original from the prisons of Mr. Weldon, I guess, barber school. Still have it. So we actually learned that the inmates they were working in the barber school and guards could come get their hair cut by an inmate for $1.
Really?
Yeah. So that was one thing that we learned, and it's just really interesting to know. So all the sinks, there's actually some terminology there from the barber school on the chalkboard. So this is always a neat place to come into. Nothing paranormal wise that I found here, but just this whole basement in general.
Basements are always creepy.
Yes.
Absolutely, especially in a tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tunnel basement
Yeah,
is
tunnel
very
basement, yeah.
Where you'll be getting lost later.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like I've seen this in a horror movie.
I'll point out exactly where you're gonna get lost. You'll know in a minute.
So y'all know where to find me.
Tunnel is 6. Basement is 6.
Oh,
Yeah. And this goes on for, it's a solid 5-minute walk from this building up to the top of the property.
Oh, wow.
It's a really long tunnel.
I can get
It would have been used for steam and electric during prison era, and then nurses just would have walked in. They would have walked to stay out of the cold. Basically, it would have been for staff use only.
yeah.
How many years of that was it?
Yeah, that's what I do myself.
Not very high clearance down here.
No, I don't have that problem.
Yeah.
Myself, but just these are pretty low. The prison would have put these in to reinforce the tunnel just to make sure structurally it was safe.
Yeah, this definitely gives me a horror movie.
This one is a weird, I was walking one morning actually up from building 1 up to the chapel and felt so strongly that someone was walking behind me that I had to duck out at the chapel. I didn't even
Really?
continue walking the tunnel.
Down here?
Yes, in this section right here we're walking. We get a lot of footsteps in here. We have disembodied voices coming from either end, and we actually had a former employee get screamed at in the tunnel.
Oh.
Yeah, and had a guest on in public overnight get screamed at about 3 weeks ago too.
Oh. Someone's kind of angry down here.
Yes, we have on record that there was an electrician during the prison era that got electrocuted down here, but didn't pass. So I don't know if it's just residual from that traumatic experience he went through. Don't know his name or anything.
He got the shock therapy.
Yes, the unfortunate kind. There used to be more tunnels when it was the tuberculosis sanatorium. The tunnels would have connected all the way through the wings, and the prison actually collapsed a section of the tunnel up at the top of the property because they had to build a prison block over it.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
So this is where you went when someone was found?
Yes, I popped out here so fast and accidentally scared a woman that was coming into the chapel because I just popped out in the dark. That door was actually made by inmates, so the Iron Cross door was a project of theirs when they were here. This is Grace Chapel. It was built in 1914, and the back section that we just came through would have been added on in 1949. So it wasn't originally connected to the tunnels. They didn't connect till about 1950. We get a lot in here, paranormal-wise. Shadow figures are very prominent in here. EVPs, different hits on REM devices in the back part, not really in the front too much. I've had knocks on the pews where I'd be sitting on one side and the knock would come from the other side of the pew. That's horrifying.
Yeah, no thank you.
I jumped out the back door one day because that happened, because it was just so loud. And they really don't like you in here. You get cussed out the most in the chapel. No other place on the property. We don't get cussed. Anything through spirit boxes here is just cussing you up one side and down the other.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Interesting. Chapel.
Yes.
A place
Of all
that's supposed
places.
to be peaceful and
Yeah.
light energy.
And we had weddings in here during the sanatorium era. The prison inmates felt they were most normal in the chapel because they really weren't constricted by anything. They were able to just have their freedom of religion, but not sure why there's kind of some anger in the chapel. And we don't allow anybody up on the balcony up there, just structural reasons right now, but we've seen so many shadow figures block out that window, just kind of walking back and forth. And when we ask who's up there, it says priest through any of the word devices that we get.
Wow.
We also got, in this story right here, there was a shadow figure one day, watched it, and it walked straight into the wall, and then a couple minutes later came out the other side, and when we asked, who that was, it said priest in the wall. So a lot of really intelligent responses in here too. Don't know if I like that there's a priest in the wall, don't know what he's doing in the wall. But we also have on the property, we have a creeper crawler, whichever you prefer to call it. I call it the creeper. And he's been spotted in this building as well as building F. A fellow investigator saw him crawl out of the doorway up onto the ceiling and then onto the roof as they went outside.
I think that's all the most thing we have, man.
Yeah, we have, in the fog, typically, if you walk out of the chapel and walk up towards the top of the property, there's a man in the fog that we've seen with a bowler hat on. Obviously, it's not someone from this era, and usually the entire group is together, so not sure who's hanging out in the fog with us other than Hat Man. which is terrifying.
Yeah, that is a little creepy.
Yeah.
Damn.
We get a lot with that. Yeah, we have a lot of weird, like, people that you see outside of the buildings, and when you go up to them, they just disappear.
Outside, priest in the wall inside. I don't know what's worse.
I don't know. I don't sit with my feet on the floor in this chapel. I don't know why. It's just a really strong feeling. Never sat with my feet on the floor. I felt like someone was going to grab my ankles. The one day that I put my feet down, something smashed on the pew next to me. Just knocked so hard. And that's why I just kind of bolted.
Huh.
But came back in and apologized because I felt bad. So, yeah, sorry I ran.
Well, that does make sense. That sounds very scary.
Yeah, we've had a lot happen in here, and just being in here by yourself, it's a really odd feeling. Usually when the sun goes down on the property, it's just totally different.
Uh-oh. Sun's down.
Yep, sun's real calm. So moonlight, usually when there's no moon, it's also completely different. So there's not really a moon tonight, so good luck.
She says good luck.
Great.
Great. Sorry. At least it's warm out.
No power on the property, no running water. The light, we actually had another investigator in here. The piano was on this side, and that light flashed one night. Just one single light, and the group that was in here had no idea that there was no power. It freaked them completely out, and we were all very, very excited just to see that happen. And it's the only light that's also smashed out, so I don't know if somebody did that, or if I don't know what happened exactly.
This light right here,
Yes, that light right there.
it
Just
flashed.
on one light. And just for a quick second, for enough for everyone to notice it, because you're sitting here in the pitch black, and then hasn't done it since.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's great. You can see how like recently abandoned it is by the type of
light
light bulb that's in.
I have those in my house.
No way, does not count.
Wait, so if they can turn on a light, can they turn on the heat?
I wet. If they could, that radiator should be going right now.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I know.
Please, you hear me?
It's not.
Maybe next time. Yeah.
Hopefully. All right, we'll walk back through the tunnel that we don't have to go outside. But this, you can actually see the original stone, which would have been the back of the chapel before they added this addition on in 1949.
Oh, wow.
So, it looks really pretty. Look back uphill.
Great.
This section right here is actually, this was reinforced by the current owners, so you can tell the difference between what we reinforced versus what the prison reinforced. These are actually jail beds above us that they used to reinforce this section.
Oh.
So they were taken from one of the cell blocks just because they're shrunk. I was actually standing in this section when you can hear my voice echoing that way, but we were silent and heard voices coming from building 5 and then footsteps coming from the other way towards us. So that's
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
It's common here. You were here. You were here. This is a great night. And it's pitch black in these tunnels too. There's absolutely zero natural light. But this one follows the curve of the mountain. One of the last tunnels that actually follows the natural curve of the mountain.
Wow.
So that's pretty neat to see.
And after all this walking, it's kind of hot.
Yeah, right. Nice and warm. So we go outside again.
Exactly. You'll be. So that's, if you go into the tunnels tonight, easiest access point is the chapel, because trying to find either end in the buildings is a little bit tougher. Pitch black. So we're in building 5 right now, which is the original sanatorium building. And then prison changed it into admin offices, dining hall, and then this would have been kitchen storage, so freezers, different things like that. We get a lot down here, actually. We just started getting a whole bunch of activity. We thought people were talking in the tunnels, walked over, no one was here. We've heard doors slamming and footsteps and all kinds of disembodied voices in this basement. As you can see, this is where you will get lost, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're doomed, buddy.
I mean, it's what usually happens.
Yeah,
so.
it's just what it is, what it is.
Who walked this way? Yeah, throughout. This is a bunch of cereal bowls. The prison left they just kind of up and left with some things. So there's just a bunch of cereal bowls on the floor in there.
Wow.
See
Have any frosting?
Yeah. The animals have come in and gone.
My late night snack is gone.
So all these are freezers down this hallway. I was actually down this way with a group of 2 on a public overnight, and we were standing down here and heard a bunch of noises coming from this way and then people talking coming from the way we just came. We came up, no one was here. We were the only 2 people in the basement. The rest of my tour was down taking a break. So there was no one even up at the top of the property in this building at all. We're still learning a lot about this specific area, so voices are definitely the thing we get the most right now, as well as footsteps. So it goes for a pretty good ways that way. Down that way, you can go this way, you can go that way. This is where most people get lost. It's kind of a labyrinth down in the basement.
So don't be here by myself.
If you go that way, you'll actually end up finding a staircase. You can go upstairs to dining, so at least you'll find your way out. Somehow.
We shall see.
Yeah. Find a staircase, just go up one
If
floor.
I can remember to do
You
that.
made it sound so easy.
Yeah.
Also, if you keep walking that way, you'll find a door outside eventually too.
Fine.
Yeah, there's a door or a
Then I get lost
staircase.
outside.
Yeah.
Freeze to death.
You'll find the Batman out there.
Oh yeah. Batman keeps me
I was
warm.
like, I'll show you in.
Yeah.
Boy, are your ears cold?
Honestly.
So there's 4 buildings that are connected. So buildings 5, 6, I, and 4. So they're kind of the biggest part of the campus. So we're heading to building I and 4 right now through building 6.
Okay.
This is kind of one of our, I call it our Winchester Mystery House. So we have a staircase on top of a staircase that leads to nowhere. It actually would have gone to the 2nd floor of the original tuberculosis wing. But when the prison cut them down, they just left the stairs. So you can see it too from this angle where it just goes up to the ceiling.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Let's go got inside.
are these your footsteps?
I don't
Those
know.
are Josh Murray.
Okay, good.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
This is like a.
So this side of the gate goes to medical, and then the other side goes to the original restricted housing unit. This gate actually slammed shut on us in May. Yeah, we weren't up here. Obviously, that wind can't blow that gate shut because it's mesh. So yeah, it's a great.
It was very loud.
It was extremely loud.
It's pretty great.
Horrible.
I get it, because it's great.
It's pretty heavy too, so it's.
You said it for like a half hour to figure it out.
Yeah. So this would have been the original restricted housing unit. The prison actually built a new restricted housing unit when they ran out of space in here. So there's only 12 cells on one side, 12 cells on the other. It would have been more for inmates that needed protective custody on one side versus disciplinary actions on the other.
So we've gone from the sanitarium to the prison now.
Yes. Yeah, they're kind of intertwined. And you can tell by the style of buildings. The prison used red brick, and then the sanatorium was more Tudor revival style. And then you can obviously tell by just the interior. So this would have been where, when the prison built the new restricted housing unit building, which is building J, they turned this into a secure special needs unit, so a lot of inmates with intellectual disabilities.
I'm gonna get lost on one of these.
So this one would have been for protective custody, a lot of the not great inmates in here. The boxes that you see on cells 1 and cell 6 would have been no contact inmates. So everything that they would have been fed or handed would have been completely through that box. They would have spent 23 hours a day in their cells here and had 1 hour of yard time. And we do have our most famous inmate would have been held in here. He would have been in cell 6 over there. It's got a clear door, so he needed constant supervision. His name was Joseph Callinger, and he was a serial killer that was imprisoned here. He killed 3 people and tortured a bunch of others, all in conjunction with his 12-year-old son, unfortunately. He was in cell 6. We actually just learned that a few weeks ago. He was in cell 6, and then he was transferred to building F, which would have been the mental health unit, and he did pass here in 1996.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. He actually died, not from anything that you would think, but he died by choking on his blanket, because he used to rip his prison blanket and eat it. So, of all things, yeah. of all things. So that's actually why prisons made the unrippable blankets, is because of him. Yeah. So his cell has a concrete bed, a concrete table, and you can actually see the restraint point still on the bed where the rebar is.
Can we walk over
Absolutely.
there? I want to see it.
It's really uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable.
So you can see that it would have been a 7.
pillow?
I'm not sure. It's been here for quite a while.
Make yourself up.
Yeah. 7-point restraint on the bed.
Jeez.
And then concrete table and concrete chairs as well. So you're more than welcome if you want to walk in there.
So a serial killer was in the cell.
Yes, absolutely.
And he died here.
He did. Not in this specific cell, but he did die on the property.
complex.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So and then obviously he would have been fed everything that he needed to at this point. So it would have been passed through, and then he would have had the opportunity to open it on the other side.
That would suck.
Yeah. They were more worried about inmates like biting and
Yeah.
spitting on them. So
Makes sense.
yeah, it's pretty. There was a lot of mistreatment of just different things, especially when it became the secure special needs unit as well. Just, you know, inmates with intellectual disability and disabilities anyway, and mental health was not treated well here.
Like abuse from guards to inmates?
Yes, that we only know a little bit here and there, but yes, we do know that there was some abuse.
Is there like a specific area that you can talk more about that? Or would
It
be
would
now?
it would have been in Building J. I do have a little bit of information, not too much, but yeah, I can touch on that when we get there.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Do we have to go outside now?
We can walk through Building 6 if you, or we could go outside.
Yeah, I'm burning up.
I still need that cold air.
Yeah, it seems refreshing.
And go to the bathroom, never come back.
So this would have been medical building. So x-ray machine, dentist chair, anything that inmates needed medically. Nursing treatment room, there's a couple exam tables. So this is a pretty good facility for anybody that need treatment. The x-ray table is actually still here, as well as the dentist chair. Paranormal wise, we get a lot of batteries drained in this building. So it's a little bit of that. I actually saw a shadow figure in this building during the day once, just passed right by the doorway down there. Otherwise, it's not too active, but more battery drains than anything. So just be careful while you're in here. Take extra batteries if you come in here at night.
Do they know how many people died on the complex?
We do. We have an estimated about 30 to 40,000 deaths on the property.
Oh, God.
What?
Yeah, we have a lot. Just
30 to 40,000?
Seeing a TV.
yeah, and it was 100 years. So it was 2013 is when it closed, and it opened in 19.
That is
100 years
absolutely.
ago.
I was just at
Yeah.
the prison and they were like 1,000. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Oh no, with 30 to 40,000. There's actually a cemetery in town called Union Cemetery, and they exhumed the bodies from the on-site cemetery and moved them there. And
Are there any bodies still left here?
Probably, but we don't know for sure. We're assuming mass grave just from TB era. So we don't actually have any markers or anything. I'm assuming in the woods behind the building. It used to be in the morgue, but it's still.
Ah.
There was so much here, and the razor wire wasn't here either when it was the TB sanatorium, so they could just take them and throw them in the woods if they needed to.
Holy shit, that's
Yeah.
dark.
TB era, you know, you have incinerators, you have ashes. They're just gonna do it to get them out of the way. So this would have been one of the treatment rooms. It would have been 4 people in that room. And we actually had an inmate who knew somebody who was in this room, and he unfortunately passed away here on the property, just medical reasons. So some death in this building, just not sure exactly what from.
But yeah, that's what I was going to say. Since it's like that kind of hospital area,
Yeah.
more deaths here than other buildings.
Yeah, most likely because this was the original TB building as well, and this would have been during that era, so a lot of deaths in this area.
Wow. Smells kind of funky. You smell that?
Nurses station here. This would have been just general treatment rooms all throughout this hallway. That's the room I saw. So yeah, x-ray table would be in there.
Oh, here it is. I'm going to look up. Oops. Did I just kick the bucket? That was the joke you made.
That was it.
That's good. We're talking about death, and they literally kicked the bucket.
That's
That's
I
funny.
can take you through the walks. I'll be nice.
Ah, they're so refreshing.
Just for one. It gets confusing because you go from one side to the other and then upstairs, and you're above ground here and then underground and then above ground again. It took me forever to learn this property, so don't worry about it now. Alright, so we're technically in building 5 right here, or in 6 right here, and then the connector leads to building 5. So this would have been original tuberculosis sanatorium hospital. The room here would have been tuberculosis, all patient staff dining. And then when the prison took in, they obviously couldn't fit as many people, so they had to build new dining. So that's what's behind us, is dining hall and commissary. It would have not too much, at least in this area specifically. People get stuff in the kitchen. There's still some old equipment in there, rotisserie, bread machine. So we get a lot more in that area than specifically in this area.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, she's lost.
No. Another room of tools on the wall. Just for things, different slotted spoons and all that. It's pretty common.
I would get very lost.
Oh yeah, it takes a long time to learn it. Even for me. Now I can go underground from building 1 all the way up and come out at medical. But we get more in here. There was an inmate who passed away unloading a delivery truck, so we know that's for sure in this area.
Like something fell on him?
Not sure. I didn't get details about how he passed away, just that he did. So I'm not sure what happened, but we haven't specifically made contact with him, but just we've had a lot of activity in that area. But every building has activity here, it's just levels of activity and type of activity is different. This room would have been prison intake. Nothing paranormal other than we had somebody get locked in one of the cages because our number 1 rule here is don't shut doors behind you. Someone didn't follow the rule and got locked in there for about 45 minutes. So we got the keys and got them out.
We'll just get locked and stuff.
Yeah, so please don't shut doors behind you because I have some of the keys, but I can guarantee I don't have all of them. We're gonna go to building C here, which is a door.
So when the tour guide Rachel was bringing us through all the different buildings, it's a very interesting time during the investigation process of getting kind of a feel out of what the energy of this place is going to be like. While we're walking from building to building and it being so like bone-chillingly cold outside, it kind of makes your senses a little heightened. Every time we passed one of the buildings, I kept catching myself looking up at all of the windows, just knowing that I might possibly see someone standing up in one of those windows.
So, like Connor said, it was freezing cold out there. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. 18 degrees. With wind chill, it was like 11 degrees. So walking between the buildings was absolute hell. We had feet warmers, thick socks, hats, gloves, hand warmers. I had 2 hand warmers in each glove, and still my hands were going numb. But like I said earlier, that adds to an investigation because not only does it make it creepier, it kind of gives it like a Shining vibe. In my experience, like investigating snowy places, I did this in Ohio with the Ohio State Reformatory, or even in Villisca, Iowa with the Villisca Axe Murder House. It seems to me like when it's snowing out, the energy is amplified. It's kind of like rain, where if you have a thunderstorm, there's always some sort of violent paranormal activity that follows. And the snow is nothing but frozen rain, really. So, yeah, it changes how a place feels.
So this is Building C. Building C was a male dorm during the sanatorium era, and then the prison just changed it into cell blocks. They were more of an honor block, so more of the trusty inmates came through here. We actually just started investigating this building back in September. All kinds of activity. Kind of blew me away, honestly. There's a door about halfway down the hallway, and I was in here the very first night I investigated, and I heard something knocking on the door. The only 2 people and I were standing right here. Wow. So we had no one else. There was no one else on the property at all.
What was that?
That window should not be open.
Was it that?
I can't.
I couldn't. It sounded like.
It's locked.
I don't know.
The window's open in there.
It sounded more wooden almost
Yeah.
than metal, you know?
Yeah. They're just starting to get used to us in this building, so they're coming out more and more the more that we come in here. We actually had, so there's obviously no power. We had what sounded like a computer noise. So like a computer turning on came down from the end of the hallway one night too. And that was, first night in here, I was like, oh, this is good then. We've had a lot of just bangs more than anything, and then we've heard some disembodied voices coming from the upper floor while we're down here on the bottom floor. Wow. So this one's a good one to check out.
Definitely feels different in here.
Yeah. It's when you're in here without lights, it's completely different. It's really an eerie feeling. I don't like coming in here unless I've got people with me. So just,
Always great to hear.
Yeah, just a different vibe. So it's these were all dormitory style, so it would have been 4 people per room. No deaths that I specifically know of in here, just I'm guessing some energy that they would have spent a lot of their time here, either inmates or from the SAN. So that's the door, actually right here, that we had something knock on while I was standing up here at this end.
Really?
So yeah. And
that door?
Yes, that one exactly, and it's heavy. It's not something that you can easily move. So it would have, and it's pretty solid. I can't even shake it to where it made noise. So it was like something going like that on the door. Just happened on it. Freaked me out. But then I just kept coming back and trying to get more stuff in here too.
Wow.
Yeah. This is a really good area to be at.
What do you guys think?
It's cool.
I mean, I don't think we've spent any time in here.
No.
We haven't investigated
This is
at all,
new one,
so.
yeah. We just started in here. We were trying to figure out what other buildings had activity in them, and we came in here, and boom, they were right on our tails.
Like every other building we've investigated has had a ton of activity, so for her to specifically say that this one has been really active,
Yeah.
That means a lot.
it means something, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we have a lot of activity here in general, so this is a good one. All right, we'll go to 7.
Wow.
There are woods back there too. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. We do.
You have Wendigos?
We're technically in Appalachia still, in the Allegheny Mountains. So we have like your cryptids and things.
Oh, great.
Yeah. We don't mention some of the words right here just in case.
Wow. This just looks beautiful with this snow.
It is very pretty. We'll go downstairs because upstairs is as exciting. All right, so this is building 7. This would have been indoor pool for the children during the sanatorium era on this bottom floor, and then they had an open air play space above us, and then second floor was added in the 1930s for surgical ward and morgue. They would have put surgical and morgue down here and would have been offices upstairs. When the prison took it over, it just became a maintenance building. There was a plumbing shop, just different storage. And the tunnel that we walked through would have originally connected to this building. Part of it's still here. They collapsed it to build building D, which is above us, over. The prison needed it for structural reasons. So you can still walk down that tunnel, just ends at a cinder block wall.
So just a question.
Yeah.
When people did die from tuberculosis, what was their death like? What did it look like?
Pretty nasty. They basically would drown in their own blood, depending on how bad it was. Just fill up with fluid, and they would die a not so great death. Pretty violent. It was pretty sad. This building would have been where they held funerals for those TB patients as well. There would have been a funeral viewing area attached to this building. Prison obviously tore that down because they didn't need it. So that everything would have been contained here with autopsy, morgue, storage, and then funeral services.
Wow.
So,
So where all the people that were that had tuberculosis, were they anyone that was around this area just got sent here?
They would come from all over, so they'd be here. We actually have record of one that got transferred from Indiana State Sanatorium, so he was shipped here from Indiana. So they would come from all over. We have a lot of record online that we found of just different patients from not just Pennsylvania, but different states. Yeah. So this, we don't actually know where the morgue was specifically. We just know probably it was down this hallway. We do have people that get paranormal activity in here. One of my friends got her jacket pulled while she was in this building by herself. One of the employees that works here, he saw a shadow figure upstairs. He was in the building by himself. Don't know how the person would have gotten in because all the doors were locked. And then when he turned around to look at him again, he was gone. I've gotten on a word device down in the basement here, it said killed one night while I was down here with a group, and then ask how I was. So that was kind of weird to get. Yeah. Yes, it was an elevator. So, yeah.
I'm like, wait, is this whole room?
We don't know if they took it out or if it's under the floor. So it's just a wood floor that the prison slapped down. Yeah.
I would say that's a very interesting looking elevator.
Yeah.
If it was,
Yeah.
I would want to ride that thing.
Oh, I know. It is.
An all brick elevator.
Yeah. Not exactly the safest choice. But this is, we have gurney stops on the bottom of the wall here, just so that if they were running a gurney down the hallway, it wouldn't run into any of the walls. A lot of the rooms have tile in them, so we're not sure which room would have been for autopsy, embalming, things like that, but we're assuming down in this section, just due to the nature. This room obviously is full of tile, so we think this may have been one of the rooms used for morgue activities, and then the room behind us as well. Got a weird vibe on this side too, the more you spend time down here. That room's locked, but and there's a door open back there. This is the spot where one of the employees, he watched 3 kids walk out from the back of this building, went to chase after him, and they walked straight through the fence. So another case of random people that just disappear into the woods or the fog.
Wow.
I love this.
Did you have a lot of like prisoner violence here as well?
That we know of. I actually know of one story in particular where an inmate was almost beat to death in the showers. So that's actually in building E where we're gonna go. Yeah, so different. We only know so much still, but we're assuming a lot of prisoner violence.
I mean, we've been coming here for what, the past year, and we've already learned a ton more.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have figured out so much, so it's cool to hear.
We're learning every day.
Yeah.
We get stuff all the time, so it's really nice to hear that.
I think the lesson I've learned about prison: don't take a shower.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing good
Exactly.
Nothing good happens in the shower.
That's actually where we get a lot of activity in the prison blocks too, is in the shower.
Really?
Mm-hmm. In the corners.
I'd be in that cell just
Smashing
on the same
We'll head there now. We're head to the part where the inmate got beat to death. We have really intelligent spirits. And then we have residual ones too. So we have a mix of residual and intelligent.
Full thing.
Yeah. It's like a paranormal trifecta. That's how I describe it, because it was tuberculosis sanatorium, mental hospital, and prison. So it's like this perfect storm. The inmate room is down that way.
So one of the big things about Cresson is that it was a running prison for quite a long time, and when prisons are open that long, obviously you have a lot of inmates coming in and out of that prison, and a lot of violent inmates coming in that prison as well. So knowing that there's a lot of violence and just a lot of like hateful, mean energy coming in and out of those buildings, and then becoming silent and abandoned years later, I mean, it's a crazy thing to witness, walking into a room like that and seeing all these empty cells and tables that all these people who were committing crimes were sitting at one point in their life.
So we're in building E right now. This is one of the high security cell blocks, one of the more modern for the prison. This is actually our most active cell block. Don't know why. because there wasn't really any specific death here. Nothing sat here for the sanatorium. I think just a lot of inmate energy and all men hanging out and doing whatever they're doing during prison times. I actually had my very first experience and my biggest experience in this building. I was standing in cell 27 with my back facing into the cell my first night here and felt a tingle on the back of my leg, which eventually formed into a whole hand that was grabbing my butt. So that's my biggest thing, and we've had a lot of other women have the same thing happen where they feel like someone's touching their butt in this building. So we have a butt touching ghost, which is kind of weird, but it was, a solid 2 minutes of this feeling that it just felt like a full hand, pressure and everything. Yeah. Wait a minute. I was terrified. I was standing there and I was just frozen. It was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, right.
But we get a lot of shadow figures in here, footsteps, some whistling, knocking on the cells. Sounds like people shutting doors on the cells. Steve has a big experience with our big friend, Big Willie, in the corner.
Big friend Big Willie.
What's your experience in here?
So we were all in here, sitting down here by the tables, and we were watching a shadow move up in that top corner, and there's like a window over there, so I was like, oh, maybe it's, a branch or something blowing in the wind. So I was like, I'll go up there and stand, kind of see where it is, and I'll move back and forth. So I walked up there, we figured out where it was, and I was moving back and forth. Obviously, there was nothing up there. So I figured, hey, I'll stay up here for a minute. You guys stay down there and watch. Let me know if you see it again, because I'm standing right here. So I went to back up so I could lean against one of the columns, and I took a couple steps, and my foot hit what I thought was the column. I mean, you could hear it. They all heard my foot hit something and just stop. So I reached out to put my hand on the column, and I missed, and I turned around and looked, and I was still like 5 or 6 feet from it, and there was nothing behind me. I have no idea what I backed into. So I said, hey, I just bumped into something that's not here. There's nothing behind me. She goes, oh, that's just Big Willie, which did not make it any better, obviously, at that point in time, but it was pretty crazy. I mean, it was a solid something. I didn't see anything because it was behind me, but it stopped my foot dead in its tracks.
Solid Willie.
Yeah, solid. So much worse.
So who is Big Willie?
We're not entirely sure. We do know that there was an inmate here by the name, they called him Big Will, and he was up in that corner cell specifically. He was allowed to paint his cell, so that cell's painted, looks like a rug, and he painted the bookshelf and the desk that he had. So that was the one name that we knew from that corner. And that's why we said it. They called him Big Will. So that was the only thing that we really could make a connection with in that specific corner. And we still see it all the time. Still blocks out the door or the window constantly. Yeah. And they're really active in the cells too, where you'll just be sitting and watching and you'll see a head just block out the window. And it's constant.
Yeah, what was that? Something moving over there. Sounded like. Hey, Willie.
It's always the corners in this building.
Because the showers are in
the
corners,
showers
right?
are in this corner, and then where the guard shack is behind us, they really couldn't see.
What was that? Sounded like a tambourine.
This sounded like
Yeah.
Oddly enough, there's a bell up there that someone tied to a cell. We don't know why. Up on the upper tier, I think it's like 52 or something. We don't know why. That's awesome.
I literally thought it was like a tambourine.
Yeah, there's a bell. And that wasn't here when we started doing exploration. Someone tied it there, I'm assuming for paranormal investigation.
Right.
Where is it on the cell?
It's on the door handle somewhere. I don't know if I can't even remember which cell it is, but it's up there.
Damn, he really wants to see another Big Willie.
Hey, yo, pause. Wait a minute.
This building is weird. There was actually, I was in this building about a month and a half ago or so and saw a full shadow figure. We had lightning outside, so it flashed in one of the windows and it lit up the door. Full shadow figure standing in the doorway. Thought it was my friends. I was sitting here. They were all in the dormitory room. It was 2 doors down, and I was like, oh, nice.
Well, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
You're saying during
It was
a
the
thunderstorm,
first- yeah.
a giant lightning illuminated a shadow figure?
Yeah, and it was a male figure. I mean, full on, I could see how it shoulders all the way down to the feet.
Knees and toes?
Yeah, knees and toes, yes.
This place is literally out of a horror movie.
Yeah, it is. Uh-huh.
But like,
But you have so many different layers too, right? Like you have
Yeah.
the hospital, the
Yep.
psych hospital, and then the prison.
Sanatorium.
You don't know who you're going to be interacting
No.
with in each area. Wait, just move your light. Did you just move your light?
Kind of like that.
I literally
clicked
just
mine
saw
off.
it. I thought it was you casting the light. It looked like a head and shoulder. It looked like somebody moved that way.
Which cell?
It went right in front of 29. Right that way.
That's the cell. Remember when we thought Mark walked into that cell and it wasn't Mark?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was weird. I thought that was your light at first. It went clear as day, just like that.
This building's weird.
But
This
like,
building's
look how big
really
this complex
cool.
is.
Yeah,
Just by the map.
Map of all the buildings, all the square footage and everything.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
I mean, just that one building's 48,000 square feet. That one, and then that one's 66,000. Damn.
Tonight we gotta walk every square
Every
foot.
square foot.
We gotta
Listen,
make
I'll do
sure
that if
we
it
hit
keeps me out of the winter. The winter wind out there.
This is a good building to be in.
Any other notable history? Like stuff that happened that's worth noting?
Not in this building particularly, just campus-wide. There would have been in the new restricted housing unit. That's where a lot of the most abuse would have gone on, unfortunately. A lot of forced feedings of inmates, and then just general treatment of inmates by guards. There was a lot of abuse. That's what shut down the prison.
Really?
So we only have a couple documented that we know about. I'm sure there's more out there that we just haven't read about yet and haven't learned about.
Any other like
All
me too.
around.
They want your attention in this building. Like if you're doing something else, they want your attention. It doesn't matter.
Well, you got to think about the mindset too. It's
Yeah.
a prison. Newcomers.
Yep.
Like,
They gotta search their documents.
Yeah.
Show you who's in charge and stuff.
Right.
And there's 69 cells on each side of this building, and then there's 2 people per cell. So you can imagine the noise level when it was active prison.
Oh yeah, this is only one half.
Yeah, exactly. There's a whole nother side that looks exactly like this.
And when prisons get overpopulated, they tend to put mattresses and stuff.
That's why
out here
there's
as well.
actually a room here that was a dormitory style room because they didn't have enough room for inmates. It was overcrowded at that time, so they had to put 6 inmates in that room.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. We had a lot of overcrowding issues when it was open. Oh.
Don't? Yeah, it sounds like it.
Someone's really hungry over there.
It's not me this time. And you can hear how quiet it is. You hear everything in this building, every single noise.
So any other notable deaths, I guess?
Not that we know of. Mainly just a lot of awful, tragic deaths from the sanatorium. We don't have any specific names. Just the 30 to 40,000 unfortunate people that died here.
Did they do any of the experimental treatments here, like thoracoplasty?
Yeah, they did. They did thoracoplasty. They did a lot of pneumothorax treatment, where they'd blow a hole in a lung, try to collapse it, and give it time to rest. There's actually pictures of that online that we just found. There was a man he was a patient here, and he found a website and collected stories from other patients. So we've learned a lot photo-wise of what they did here, and they developed the streptomycin here, which is a treatment for TB that was actually founded on this property.
And what was the thoro?
Oh, thoracoplasty. They basically removed ribs because they thought if they allowed the lung to expand, it could defeat tuberculosis.
Yeah.
But then people who survived would end up walking like this for the rest of their life because they didn't have the spore on the one
Like you
side.
said, they would collapse lungs on purpose. So these people would be trying to fight TB and just living with a collapsed lung for however long they thought you needed to, and then they would try the other side. I mean,
There you go. That one didn't work.
yeah.
Let's try the other
Let's try the other side. Should be all right.
They didn't know though.
Yeah,
They're just
they
trying
were
to
trying.
advise.
Yeah, they didn't know anything. They allowed them, it was obviously an airborne disease and allowed them to be right next to each other.
It's got to be so defeating too. Like
Yeah.
you're injuring your patients, and it's like
Not helping.
you have
Yeah.
no idea.
And 30,000
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
Up to
just
40,000.
cycling through here.
You got to think like
dying.
30 to 40,000 people. That's like a professional sports stadium worth of people. You know what I mean?
That's like 6 of our towns.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
And grave-wise, it's obviously mass grave
Yeah.
because they don't have enough room for those people. So they just threw them into, either a hole in the ground or incinerated their bodies and threw them in the woods.
So that could be an explanation for why they're upset. Too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And why you see
I
them on
think,
the grounds also.
honestly, the more that we've learned, because we just learned about the incinerator maybe 2 months ago or so, the more that we learn, the more activity that's stirred up on the property. Because I think the more that we're talking about it, the more that they're knowing that we know.
So you're saying that they actually... Is that the
Yeah, that's a window.
So you're saying that they would actually burn people's bodies
Yeah.
and then just toss them out in the woods around here?
We're assuming. We don't know for sure, but we know that at some point there was an incinerator on the property, just not sure where. So we're thinking that, I mean, they obviously cremated those who passed, but what they do with their ashes, when you have that many coming through, I'm sure you're not storing each person in an urn.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is spooky. Well,
Building F.
Here we go. Now we're going to the good spot. Yes. No.
wow.
What's left?
That's where we had the phone when the lady yelled her name when we were outside. And then we had the live in here last time we were there, and it looked like somebody's hand came up and grabbed the phone, and then the live went off. The phone was not dead, nothing wrong with it. We went in, phone was off, no live, and you could actually see like skin tone come across the screen before it turned off.
Like the cracks.
Everybody was outside.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So this is building F. This was a nurse's dorm during the sanatorium, and the prison had it as a mental health unit and also the hospice care unit for inmates. So a lot of death in this building, a lot of inmates that would come in didn't leave. We get overwhelming activity in this building. A lot of shadow figures, disembodied voices, footsteps, paint chips being thrown at you. You name it, it probably happens in here. There's also a creeper figure upstairs. He crawls on the ceiling. Not sure what it is exactly, but it's been described to me. I haven't seen him, I've heard him, but he has a human top half and what looks like tadpole legs.
Have you told him not to do that?
He doesn't quite listen to me. They know me very well in this building. My name got cut out loud. It's terrifying.
We still have that clip, don't we?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yep. I can send it to you if you want me to. I enhanced it. So yeah, this building is very scary. I don't like coming in here by myself. There's always, it just feels like eyes are on you the whole time you're in here. At the other end of the stairwell, there's a man that walks up and down the stairs. Sounds like he's got boots on, just stomping up and down constantly. You'll hear him above you. When you're on this floor, they'll make a noise and you'll go upstairs to look, and then when you're upstairs, you hear something from down here. So it's just constant cat and mouse.
Why would it be dark energy here?
I'm not sure. My personal theory is that it's not just one spirit that's the creeper, it's just the negative energy from when inmates were dying or tuberculosis in general, and then the mental health issues that they had, just kind of all that energy left over just pulled together as one figure.
It was almost like the dark haunting was like created or manifested by all the dark stuff that went on. The dark thoughts, you know what I mean? Like, you got to think of the people that were in here, especially in this building. There was a lot of dark thoughts going on, you know, and bad things happening. So that can manifest itself as, you know, the negative style haunting itself.
Like a thought form, sort of.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a very intimidating building sometimes, but I have a love-hate relationship with it.
What's the spookiest part of this building?
Honestly, the hallways, because they're both really long hallways with cells on either side, and so for me it's this hallway, and then for other people it's upstairs where the creeper is, because he hangs out right around this corner on the floor above us. So it's just dependent. Ceiling's kind of not great shape, but it goes further down than that. It's
Yeah, that's long.
Yeah, it's a big building.
Definitely creepy.
That's a little easier to see the length of the hallway upstairs. So one of the last original sun porches actually on this building. So this would have been original sun porch for the sanatorium. So nurses would have lived here and had an opportunity to be out in the sun a little bit.
This room was the
Yes.
sun porch?
Yes, it was.
Wow. That's so weird to think about. Like just literally sitting and just waiting to die.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hopefully this fresh air helps a lot.
Yeah.
Didn't.
Not
It didn't.
quite.
It didn't.
Made it worse.
Oh,
The
so this
creeper
is
hangs out right here.
This is the Creeper's Hall.
Yes, it is.
You can leave that one locked.
Can we all get back up there?
Oh man.
Just don't pass the caution.
So these were cells for the mentally ill.
Mentally
prisoners.
ill and then hospice care inmates. So we're not sure where the overlap would have been between those two. Yeah.
Right. An interesting combo.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
got people waiting to die, and you got people with developmental disabilities all hanging out
All
in the
held
same
in cells.
Right? That's fine.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
And they're prisoners in the first place.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Not a good building for energy.
Are there any other notable inmates?
Not really. We have John DuPont was here from the famous DuPont family. He actually murdered, I'm not sure what the relation was, but he murdered a guy in his driveway and he was kept here just for a little while. He wasn't here too long. He actually got transferred to Laurel Highlands is where he passed, but he was originally housed here at Cresson.
Wow.
Those are our two most notable between Joseph Callinger and John DuPont.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
I guess 2 questions.
Yes.
What are, in your opinion, the most active places here?
So this building, Building F, is the most active place, and then for me lately it's been Building C, just because I think we're really getting into the heart of that building and they're starting to come out and talk to us more. But everything's active. I'll be completely honest, there's not a spot that I haven't had activity or heard of activity happening.
I guess my last question, so you would say this place is haunted?
Extremely. It was my very first investigation here. I was blown away by how much activity I had. And it's just gotten more and more and more as I've investigated the
And she's
last
been
year.
to a lot of places.
Yeah.
She's been to a lot of locations.
Yeah.
We've investigated a lot of places with Rachel.
Yep.
And she always talks about how active this place is. And we've seen it firsthand the other times we've been here. So
It's scary.
So I'm
It's
sure
very
they'll have-
scary sometimes, but it's
Something.
worth it.
Absolutely.
So that tour was absolutely amazing. Thank you to Rachel for doing that for us. During this investigation, as you've seen, we were joined by Steve and Dylan from Haunted Nights. You may have seen them on their own channel. They've been in some of Sam and Colby's videos. Great people. And we all decided, after Connor gave us his input, that we wanted to investigate the chapel area because it seemed like a natural just beginning to kind of exploring this whole property because it had access to the tunnels. And from there, we were just going to let this energy or entity guide us to where it is, where it wanted to be found. And Connor himself has actually had some experiences with these darker energies, so I'll let him explain.
So after high school, I ended up going to ministry school, and after that, I went and lived in India for a while. And while I was living there, the people I was working with, we would perform exorcisms on people. I've seen countless exorcisms and demonic energies right in front of me, things that are unexplainable to people who don't believe in the paranormal or spiritual beings. So anytime you cross-reference the paranormal to religion, there's always a dark space that lies in between those areas. Things that happen that you can't really put your finger on of what this might be, but you can only tell that it's a dark thing that's following you. So I personally wanted to start off at the chapel first, just because, I mean, if anywhere is going to have some lighthearted energy, I feel like it would be the chapel. So we decided to start there, and ended up one of the craziest things that's ever happened during an investigation happened there.
All right, guys, so we're starting off tonight here in the chapel. If you'll remember, we were told that this area has an almost, not violent, but more physical, aggressive haunting. This is just where we thought would be naturally the starting place for this investigation. I want to let these guys introduce themselves real quick.
My name is Dylan. I'm with Haunted Nights. I've been ghost hunting for the past 8 years or so. We just started YouTube
earlier this year.
Yeah.
I'm Steve. I own Haunted Nights. It's an event company. We bring people around to do paranormal investigations all over the country at locations just like this. This is our 3rd time here this year, and our first time filming here though, so I'm super excited to get in here with you guys and see what we can kind of stir up tonight.
Yeah, it's an active spot, so.
We've already heard a lot of stuff in here, just feeling weird. And yeah, if you don't follow these guys or subscribe, please go check them out. They make amazing quality videos. These dudes are,
Thank you.
these dudes are cool too, you know? That's the whole thing. Like, I like these guys a lot. So I have a little experiment. This is it's like a Super 8 ball,
Okay.
but it's electronic.
All right.
And I'm gonna have us ask a couple questions before we start.
I like it.
Okay.
All right?
All right, let's do it.
So I'm gonna start this off. Let's see. Will I get hurt tonight?
I am confident it is no.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Are we gonna catch something on camera?
Definitely not.
Damn it!
No, cut.
Will one of us get touched tonight?
Highly doubtful.
Whoa.
Is this place haunted?
Ask later when the time is right.
That's very ominous.
Connor?
Is there someone in the chapel with us?
Yes, without question.
Without question.
Well, there you go.
All right, your turn. Ask another.
Do you like having visitors here?
Highly doubtful.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
All right.
No, they don't like us.
No.
Are we going to make your presence known?
Yes, without question.
Okay.
Where are you in this building? Oh, it doesn't f***ing do question. Are you next to us right now?
Everything points to no.
Damn. This thing is not giving me the answers I wanted.
Come on. Is there something evil here in this chapel?
The answer cannot be found at this moment.
It's ominous.
It's very ominous. Flashlight turned on though.
Oh.
What do you answer?
Yeah.
Is there something here that wants to hurt somebody on this property?
Without hesitation, yes.
Okay.
Good start.
I guess. It's just a little toy that I got. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Couldn't really tell what that thing wanted.
Right.
It's like, no, no one's here. Yes, it wants to hurt you.
Yeah.
The person who's not here wants to hurt us.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Scary.
All right, well, I'm gonna take this from you, buddy. Time! Sorry, that's just a sink.
Oh, they're looking forward to it. I was going to say like time for church or something. Just time. They're like, what the hell does that mean?
It's the time.
I can't.
All right, so I just want to start this off. To anybody that's here on the Cresson Sanatorium or prison or nursing home property, especially if you're here in the chapel, we're coming here with peace, love, light. We just, want to talk. We're not trying to bug you, alarm you, anything like that. But to introduce ourselves, my name is Colin. I'm here with my friends.
I'm Connor.
I'm Steve.
My name's Dylan.
And yeah, we have a lot of little toys or tools out here. Like this thing, you can come up and touch it. That'll show us that you're here. There's one down there too that you've been playing with. So yeah, to start this off, if there is anybody, oh, right there, the flashlight. Yeah, if you're here, you can touch that stuff. If you see any of the red lights, can you walk towards them?
They're not gonna hurt you. It's not a flame. All they do is let us know that you're here. I know it sounds pretty weird, but we can't see you or hear you right now. That's why we have all this stuff.
We just want to learn about your time here, what it was like to either live here or be imprisoned here. Can you make a noise for us? Yeah, that was back there. Those pews.
If you're in here with us, can you make a knocking noise on one of these pews?
Dude, same time you asked that.
Can you come into the chapel with us?
Dude, that was on the pew. Back and forth.
All right, I'm gonna ask, can you do something very strong for us just to let us know that you're here, like loud,
bang or a knock, kind of like you've been doing.
Am I hearing something outside?
Yeah, the squeak. Dude, for a second there, it was like the most quiet it can possibly be. Where you hear the ringing.
Where's the priest of this church? What is that? It's like someone's like unscrewing a light.
Yeah. Like a gurney.
It does sound like a gurney.
You know, like that squeaking.
Could be a gurney, could be a wheelchair. I mean, just because a patient was in a wheelchair doesn't mean they wouldn't come to church.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know?
We've been told that people hear your voice a lot. Can you say something for us or yell?
What was that?
I was out here.
That sounded like a voice. Dude, that literally sounded like talking. Did you hear that?
Where?
I can't tell if it was coming from the tunnels or like
It
from the
sounded like it was behind you, so out this door, like you said, out that way.
Yeah.
It literally sounded like 4 words. I couldn't make out what it said. I was like, it sounded like a guy's voice. Though.
Yeah.
It was the.
Can you come into the chapel with us? We'd love to have a conversation with you.
Is the priest here?
That wind outside is creepy.
But that just shows you too, like the wind is not making those noises.
No.
Because that's the strongest wind.
That's a completely different
Yeah,
sound.
that's the strongest wind that we've had since we've been in here, and it didn't make any of those noises.
Yo, it's way too quiet in here.
It's like they're getting a feel for us.
Yeah, it's like the kind of quiet where like it's thick.
Yeah.
We've already experienced that phenomenon she talked about on the tour, though, being surrounded.
Yeah.
But they're just kind of feeling us out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Can you make another noise for us?
That was on the pew again. It's one of these first few pews. It's very subtle. It's faint, but it's right there. One more time.
So eerily quiet.
I know, it's just still, bro.
No noise.
Do you want us to go down to the tunnels? You can light up one of these toys just by stepping towards it. If you'd like us to go down, or you can turn that flashlight on all the way.
We think we heard you talking down near the tunnel, so if that's where you want us to go, you gotta let us know.
What the
How did the flashlight turn on?
Yo, what the bro?
How does that?
What the
That flashlight does not turn on.
No, isn't that like a click button?
Yo, that's a fucking flashlight, bro.
That's like a regular click.
Remember when she was saying that light
That light
turned
turned
on
on.
by itself?
Yo, dude, that's crazy.
And there's zero electricity
Dude, how the fuck does a flashlight just turn on by itself?
No power on the property, no running water. That light flashed one night. Just one single light. And the group that was in here had no idea that there was no power. It freaked them completely out. And we were all very, very excited just to see that happen.
Do you want us to go down to the tunnels? You can light up one of these toys just by stepping towards it. If you'd like us to go down, or you can turn that flashlight on all the way.
I'm not even kidding.
How does that happen? That's literally a click button flashlight too. Like how do you?
Bro,
That's yeah.
that is the wildest thing.
You literally have to press it in. Yeah. You have to press that flashlight.
I mean, like, when that just turned on, I was like, what is that light?
Yeah, so I was like,
yo,
oh, what's that?
I thought it was something like in the book.
No. Did you just turn this light on? If you just turn this light on the desk here, can you make that go off again? Another knob.
Yeah. It's like
There it is.
beside me.
And then this goes off again.
Thank you.
How the hell did that just turn on?
Dude, that's weird.
No, that's actually really, really
That's crazy.
I don't know if you heard me like click it to turn it on.
Yeah, you have to press it. Were you pointing at it? Was anybody pointing at it?
I was pointing right at it.
That's
That is a flashlight.
That is a wild thing.
Like,
You
straight
have to
up like
click
that.
it. Yeah.
Yo, and you know it's trippy.
Remember, I just said when I went outside to grab the gear, this was dead.
Your flashlight
bro.
died.
Yes, it died when I was walking to the other building. And then it just turned on. Like 20, 30 minutes later.
Right, and it's been sitting there.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
And that hasn't gone off, and as soon as that turns on, that starts going off.
Yeah, thank you for turning that light on.
That's crazy.
That is really wild.
That's really
awesome.
strange, man.
Isn't that crazy?
Especially with the story of the light right there.
And it wasn't like it just barely
Oh,
turned
no, it was
on.
on.
Because like sometimes flashlights do that, just kind of like the mag light where it's just barely flickering. That one you have to press the button and then it turned on
It was
full
on.
brightness.
Yeah. And then the REM pod immediately starts going
Yep.
off, and it hadn't gone off before that.
Something came in here, man. You were playing with that light over there too, in the middle of the pews. Are you still over there?
I think it came up here to hang out.
Almost, yeah.
Or the music box out in the hallway too, because that was going off earlier.
Yeah,
Now
that's
that's
so
not
weird.
going off anymore.
Can you turn on this flashlight on the table again? You did it just a second ago. You just click the end of it.
Look at that flashlight just pulsing too.
Yeah. Can you shut that all the way off, please? What was that? That's sweet. What's back there? Yeah.
It's that like
What is
light
that?
bulb.
What is that?
It's like a some sort of mechanism like that.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to like sit down in the pews because I remember Rachel was saying that they don't like it, like or they'll like grab you if you sit down in the pews.
You want to sit?
Should I sit down on one of these ones that's been knocking?
I'll sit with you, man. Do you like when we sit here in the pews? Oh, flash it all the way on.
Yep.
Right when I asked that.
Maybe that's what they wanted this whole time.
Yeah.
We step back.
Yeah.
Flashlights on, the REM pod stops.
If you'd like us to sit down for the sermon, can you sit off that REM pod again? Just touch the top of it, do whatever you're just doing.
If you don't like me sitting in your pews, can you come grab my leg or make a knocking noise on the pew next to me?
Oh, wow. Did you hear it? It's like another knock out there.
That was a knocking noise on a pew.
Yeah.
If you like the company, if you like that we're here, can you set off the REM pod? You can stay and chat for a minute, talk about your life here.
literally sounds like movement.
Yeah.
There's movement coming from back.
Where are you in this chapel? Can you show us where you are by making some sort of a noise, please? If you make a really loud noise, we'll leave this area and let you rest.
Flashlight doesn't make any sense.
Like I've never captured something like that in my investigations.
A push button flashlight turns on.
Yeah, like straight up full on.
It's
not
crazy that it also happens in the building that they've had like light phenomena happen like
weird
that.
things happen with lights.
Who's here? Sound like a guy's person. What's wrong again?
Guy's voice out there.
Okay. Are you still here with us?
This is the building in the room where people get like cussed out, you know, which is super bizarre.
What is this?
And then it starts going on. Right as you say that.
What the hell, man? Are you mad that we're in here? Do you want us to leave you alone?
So weird.
Dude, it's a really weird energy in here.
It is.
Like, I don't feel like scared, but
Right.
I don't feel welcome.
Right.
You know?
It's like we're not supposed to be in here. But like you said, it's not threatening.
Yeah.
But we just feel like, I feel like out of place.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks for understanding.
It's like, yeah, you are out of place.
Okay, I think we're gonna move to another part of the sanitarium in prison, but if you want us to stay here, can you give us some sort of a big sign? It's gotta be bigger than that though.
Set off another device, play the piano, make a loud noise. Woman's voice? What was that?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, what was that?
Is there someone back here in the back of the chapel with me that might be just a little too afraid to come up to the front?
Did you touch that door?
No.
What was that knock?
No, there was something that was right on that door.
Don't be afraid to come into the church with us. We're friendly people. We just want to have a conversation with you.
Can you touch that again?
What is that noise?
If I knock on this door, can you knock back to me? If you're out here? I'm gonna knock.
I don't know why, but I'm getting this feeling like there's something here with us, but it's still trying to like keep its distance from us. Like it's still not comfortable with
Yeah, it doesn't want to talk really.
Like it wants to make its presence known, but it doesn't want to be like very intimate with us because it doesn't know us that well.
Well, do you guys want to go to the top?
Yeah. Move down to the tunnel. I mean, we heard voices coming from out there, knocks, bangs, everything like that. So.
See how?
Right there.
All right. Well, if you don't have anything else for us, we're gonna go head down to the tunnel. Feel free to follow us down there if you'd like, and we'll be waiting for you.
In the dark.
This is your last chance. If you have anything left to say, or if you can do anything for us, just do it right now. It's so quiet, bro.
It's dead silent.
It's too quiet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel anything either.
No.
You know?
It's like everything is just gone. Yeah.
Well, like, when you investigate, it's like you feel the energy.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
like here, I don't feel much.
No.
The tunnels, I felt a lot earlier.
That's why it's like something's kind of just like
On the outskirts,
dancing
right?
around us,
Yeah.
like kind of teasing us.
Right.
Like it's not comfortable enough yet to like
Get close.
do something like close to us.
Well, I think that flashlight thing has got to be one of the weirdest things that's happened in a long time.
That's unexplainable.
You have to pick it up and click it.
Yeah, and a flashlight is not a paranormal.
Right. It's not made for this.
No, it's just that's a flashlight from
That's a
Best Buy.
seeing flashlight.
Yeah. And it just turned on camera by itself.
Sitting on the
That's
table
nuts.
for 20 minutes.
Yeah. And it died when I was way out at my car when it died.
Yeah.
And it was dead the whole time I was clicking it on and off. Then it turns back on all of a sudden.
No, that's weird.
That was really weird. Wild.
Thank you for doing that though. Appreciate it. But if you want to follow us down to the tunnel, that's where we're gonna head.
Alright.
You guys want to go down below the asylum?
Let's do it.
Sanitarium, asylum, prison?
Yeah. All of the above.
Yeah.
Into the dark tunnels.
So at that point, we headed down into the tunnels, and yeah, the tunnels, they just don't feel like a good place. I know that, not much happened in the tunnels that we know of, but every time I've investigated a asylum or a hospital or a place that has tunnels, it seems like there's some sort of energy that hangs out down there, and I don't know exactly what it is. But in this case of these tunnels, it seemed like there was a very good energy that we were interacting with that was almost protective. And then there was something darker that was calling our name, and it wanted us to find it, almost playing hide and seek in the darkness.
Okay, so we just paused for a second to get all of our gear torn down and head down to the tunnels. What did it say?
The last two words it just said was scared them.
On the Ovilus.
Scared them.
Scared.
Right after we're talking about the flashlight turning off camera.
Yeah.
Talking about how crazy it is the flashlight turns on, and it says scared them. Only two things it said the whole time we've been in here.
It's true.
We said we're going down to the tunnels now, and we're talking about how crazy the flashlight is, and scared them. You know what I mean? Like, scared them away. That's crazy.
That's the energy that is here.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't want us in here.
Right. That was its whole goal the whole time, was to scare us away.
That's nutty.
Isn't that weird, man?
Literally.
Like-
What a start to a video, honestly.
I feel like genuinely there's something in here, but it just doesn't want to talk.
Yeah, it wanted to scare us. It wanted to scare us away. So it was like I'll do a couple little things to see what's going to get them to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we turn on the flashlight, that didn't work. All right, we'll do the REM pod, we'll make some bangs, we'll make some noises. We get ready to leave now, and it's like, scared them. Got it. That was it.
That's all I wanted.
Here we are.
So
Here we are
crazy.
leaving.
Yeah, they win. Let's go to the tunnels.
Now we go down to the dark, baby.
The dark. Where you said you were going to get lost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Exactly.
We'll see how that.
Let's just get him lost and see how it plays out.
Yeah, just turn off the lights and run.
Yeah. You know I can't catch up with you. You do a little flashlight.
No, it's not.
That one.
Too late.
Shit, my thing.
Okay, we're down here in the tunnel right now. We were just setting up our stuff, and the music box already started to hit.
That's a common theme though. Like they start when we're setting up. They catch us off guard,
Yeah.
And it's common. People are getting followed in this hallway a lot too.
Yeah.
Or tunnel.
Whatever.
Look at that, bro. That was just quiet for the last, like, what,
like
40 minutes?
Yeah. That's what kind of validates it, though. Like, it's not consistent.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
This is how we were setting up. I have all of my stuff.
We hadn't even
right
stopped
here.
walking yet.
No.
Yeah, literally.
I have 0 free fingers.
Oh, for the, yeah.
Dude, something followed us from the chapel.
He invited it down though.
Yeah,
He said you can follow us down here.
Well, dude, this is the. We just walked. I just filmed it too, from down there to up here. So something.
Somebody's following us.
Yeah, came from that direction
Back
over
there.
here.
Yeah.
Did
Is
you
that-
follow us?
Yeah, is that true?
It's okay if you did.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes off. Okay, we're happy to have you down here. Are you excited to talk to us? Sick.
That's kind of weird though, that right when we start talking about it, it's
Yeah.
like way
It's
less
chilled again.
frequent.
Yeah.
Okay, I just paused once again. Look at that.
So we got someone standing at this end and then someone setting the REM off. Sick.
Can you step away from the REM pod for a second so it stops? Is the device here on the ground?
Yo, there's something down here, bro.
And this lady said too, this is where you felt the weirdest earlier.
Yes.
Well, you gotta think, cause like, in this location, right, anywhere on this whole property, where's gonna be the place that a bunch of bad stuff happened that nobody knew about, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be down here.
I mean, it's also like this is the connecting place between all the buildings
Yeah.
that,
It's the main
or
thoroughfare.
not all the buildings, but a couple of the
Yeah.
big buildings.
Yep.
They were connected these ways. That way, they didn't have to transport people outside. They transported them through here
Yep.
on gurneys. I mean,
And once you're down here, nobody can see
Yeah.
or hear what's going on. So like, if you wanted to punish a patient or punish an inmate, like they said, the abuse allegations, right?
Yep.
Where's a better place to do it than down here in the tunnels where nobody can see or hear,
Yes.
right?
That's another thing too. It dates back to 100 years.
Yeah.
You've been here since.
Who
the
knows
beginning.
what's happened down here in the
Dude.
last 100 years?
I mean, just look at this thing. Consistently going on.
And there's no power.
And the music box over there.
And there's nothing down there.
No, on either end. But we were just using both of these devices up in the chapel. Neither
of them.
were hitting.
No.
Yeah.
Then what? You set them down here and they're just going off?
and
No reason, both
and
of
it
them?
was. I set it up. You walked past it and
Yeah.
it didn't do anything.
Yes.
And then you set up the camera and then it starts going off
It's like
immediately.
it wants to share its story. Something
Yeah.
down here.
Yeah. Well, I know we've never investigated down here, so I wonder if every group that comes, they just use this as like thoroughfare, like you said.
Okay, I'm gonna reset this, guys.
That's something we've seen consistently at every spot we've been to, though. We get
The tunnels at Cresson are a very interesting place because it's almost like it's a conduit between all of these different buildings that have such a heavy paranormal presence. And this is the passageway that you can get to all these different buildings from. But also, it has no windows, it's a tight space, and it's super, super dark. I mean, there's no electricity in any of these buildings, and so there's almost a presence of like nothingness, but so much at the same time down in those tunnels.
All right, so to whoever's down here in the basement, the tunnel area, we just want to know if you're a victim of abuse. Different color too, different color.
That's a whole different level.
Yeah, you can come and talk to us. Oh, I have a ringing in my ear, dude.
Dude, that's hitting hard.
Yeah.
It's just, look at
that! Oh!
Dude, it's changing all the colors.
All right, so it seems like you are a victim of abuse. Is that correct? I don't even know how to validate that, but it's like...
Right.
Right. Can you step away for a second? I wonder if the left ear thing too is like consistent with what they found. Maybe they got a hit.
Yeah.
Get hit in the head or...
I have like a... It's like a almost... You know when you drive through the mountains and it's like pressure?
Your ears popping as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what's happening on my left side. And these are fresh batteries.
Right.
Everything, every
And
time.
like you said, it didn't go off at all
No.
upstairs.
You hear a foot? There's a footstep.
It's like, what
goes, oh, I heard that too. What the f was that, bro?
Down the hall.
Yeah.
Somebody whining out from abuse. Somebody getting hit. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
exactly what it is.
like a whimper almost.
Yes. Yo, that was freaky, bro. There's a footstep. There's a footstep.
Hello?
Oh my god, dude. I actually feel like really f***ing cold. Do you feel that? I'm like... The temperature.
Yep.
It's getting colder.
The temperature
yes.
change.
Yes. I'm not f***ing with you. It's getting colder. Okay, I'm gonna reset this one more time so we can hear your voice like you just right off the bat. That's not Dude, I feel f***ing weird. Look at that. How do you... I told you,
It's a
man.
temperature flux, like you said.
Doesn't it feel like that though? Do you feel that?
It's like a wind.
Or am I going crazy? Yeah, it's like a wind, bro. That's what it is.
It's underground.
We're underground. There's no connection to any... I mean, we're like far down the tunnel, too.
Yeah, we're not near any doors.
No.
We're nowhere near any doorways. There's no windows. There's no reason for there to be.
But it's like
temperature
the
change.
breeze just stopped. That's
And that
still
stops.
going on.
Yeah.
Mrs. Caleb. Okay.
You just recalibrated.
Whatever
That's still going on.
that voice was.
Dude, that voice was very,
very
very
clear.
audible.
And I just reset again to show people like you reset that twice. I
Yes.
just reset the music box again, and it's still going off. See?
Okay, what the hell, man?
I don't understand. Are you the one who was abused down here? Can you set off that music box if you were?
Dude, instant.
Do you want us to use the voice recorder so you can tell your story? Pretty good.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I feel weird down here.
I feel like it's like the darkness is like closing in around us.
Yeah.
There's a weird energy down here. Yeah.
Like, I'm not kidding you. Whatever that voice was.
Did you hear that?
I heard that.
There's something like hit the.
Like someone
Yeah.
flicked it.
Yeah.
Like,
Confirm on the count of 3. Set that off if you want. Hold on. So when I get to 3, set that off if you want us to talk to you using the recorder. Okay? It's as soon as I start saying it.
I mean, bro, there's something
Right there, right? Like,
Yeah.
What is it?
I want to know what moved away from the REM pod.
Exactly.
Because the REM pod's completely
Yeah.
silent now.
Didn't change a battery, didn't do anything, just reset it.
Right.
and it still went off both times to reset it, and now all of a sudden it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna set the Eddie down here too.
Yeah.
And it's right after we heard that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it echoed.
Dude, it was coming from up there.
That was loud.
Whatever
It
that
echoed.
was. Yes, it was a female. It sounded like a
Yeah.
woman's voice.
That's what we were hearing in the chapel though.
Like a whimp, like
Yeah,
almost
like a
like a
whimper.
whimpering sound.
I'm getting
Like, I don't know,
chills,
like-
man.
How does that work?
Creepy chills.
Yeah, okay, so you said you're substantially cold down here, right?
Yeah.
It's 50 degrees down here. It was 39 degrees in the chapel.
Yeah, almost 20
What
degrees.
the hell?
That's what I'm saying.
Over 10 degrees warmer down here than it was up there.
And it does not feel like it.
No, I'm way colder down here. And it just started too.
Yeah.
Like when we were
Yeah.
setting all this up, it didn't feel cold.
No.
It just came in like a.
And again,
Can you
we're-
feel that right now?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like on our skin, dude.
And we're so far from any
Yes.
opening.
I mean, it's equally as cold everywhere you go
Yeah.
outside. It's not like there's one
Right.
place that's hotter
Right.
and it's sucking air out.
It's getting warmer.
It's getting warmer. The temperature's going up. It's up to 50.9 now. But the
And-
temperature changed.
And this is hotter too.
That doesn't
This is
make any
getting hotter
sense.
too.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Bro, I'm
But it's
getting, like,
colder.
chills all over
Me
my
too.
body.
That is wild.
Like just
Yo,
the
that's-
proximity. It's not our body heat.
No,
not
no.
close enough to do that.
We're 15 feet away from that?
Yeah, there's no way.
I mean,
It's up to 51. It's up to 51
I'm
degrees.
telling you, it is way colder
Yeah.
down here
Yeah.
than it was up there.
Like it feels like there's coldness like
Yeah.
Surrounding
on my
us.
body.
Yes. What the hell though? This is showing that it's getting hotter. So is your guys'
Yep,
device.
that's going up, and this music box is still going up.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Can you set that? Well, walk towards that red light one more time if you're here.
That was me.
Jesus Christ.
that was you?
No, I heard something down the hall.
What'd you hear?
It sounded like a mechanical noise.
That's. Did you hear dirt crumbling?
Part of me wants to turn off the music box.
Me too. And the REM pod, bro. And the REM pod.
Listen,
Let's
right?
kill the light too.
All IR. Pitch black. Oh my god.
All right. Let's do the spirit.
What the fuck
was that?
was that?
Bro.
Let's do the spirit.
What the fuck?
Let's do the spirit.
What the fuck?
It was a groan, man.
Dude, that was.
Oh my god, man. I
That
have
echoed
like,
down the whole hall.
I'm like,
The temperature's dropping. It already dropped. Yo. A half degree. That, yeah.
Dude, I feel the energy down here.
Dude, that
on my
noise.
skin.
That noise
bro.
was so weird.
Through my coat.
Eddie just set off.
I just saw that. I just saw that.
Cold chill.
Yeah, this
There's
guy.
no reason for it. There's no
What
reason
would
for
be
there
the
to be.
reason?
How's there
There's no
cold
cold
chill?
circulation down here. There's no circulation down here.
It's weird though, man. It's like energy cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like it's charged down here.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like, dude, my hair is standing on end.
Yeah.
I can look it right there. The thing just went off
Dude, I
again.
just heard something from down there.
Down that way.
Here, Connor, you can just pause that. The mic. This just got really fucking freaky, bro.
Yeah. Total energy change.
A completely different vibe than upstairs.
Yeah.
It has dropped a whole degree so far.
That's crazy, man.
It went up first and then dropped.
it feels like it's gotten cold.
It's down 49 now, bro.
Dude, that.
After we were just talking about how warm it
How,
was.
how the temperature went up to 51, now it drops down to 49.
If there's anybody down here, we are going to use a tool or a device that can hear your voice. So if you try to speak with us, we may be able to hear what you have to say. So just come towards our voice. Don't be afraid of us. We're not afraid of you. We just would like to talk and try to answer our questions if you can. I'm just gonna ask, first of all, who is down here with us? Oh, dude, I feel weird, man. Who's down here?
Powerful.
Powerful. Who's down here? Powerful. Could it be a guard?
Or just an entity?
I just heard footsteps down that way.
Yeah.
Can you explain that a little bit further? What were you? It's so quiet again.
Temperature's down the full 2 degrees to 49.
That's so crazy, bro. 48.
And that's, and like, if it just...
Irish.
Irish. What are you, Irish?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're Irish?
You heard that like whistle?
Yeah. Was that you?
There's something-
No.
Okay, so you're Irish. I think we heard you whistling. Did you die in this area? Or did you work here? Maybe you're still working right now. What was your job?
Understanding.
A nurse, bro.
Yeah, nurse.
A nurse for
Sure.
mental
Yeah.
patients.
Or like a psychiatrist.
Yeah, exactly. Like a counselor for
Yeah.
patients or something. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. I know this might be hard, but we've heard that there was some abuse of patients, of inmates here. Is that true that people were being abused? You can tell us now. Can you describe what happened to some of the people here? We just want to know the truth.
Edge.
Edge. Push off.
Yeah, like with it.
Murdered?
Right.
What do you mean by edge? Did someone fall off something?
Maybe even like the abuse stemmed from people who were pushed to the edge.
Yeah.
Like they had to deal with the same stuff.
Breakdown almost.
Yeah. Same stuff day in and day out.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be physical. It could be mental abuse too.
Tell me more about what happened. We just want to listen and understand what went down here.
Was that a voice?
Like to the right?
Yeah, not that way.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something down there watching us. Like, you see where the darkness is?
Yeah.
I just have a weird feeling that there's like a person standing there. Right past the camera. Ava.
A nurse.
Right when I said there's somebody. So your name is... Oh, and the cold, dude. It's 47,
47.
It's
It
47.
dropped 4 degrees.
How is that possible?
It went up over a half a degree and then dropped 4 degrees. Like if it had just started dropping, we got down here, I'm like, okay, it's getting a baseline, but why did it go up first?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
And the REM pod
Yeah.
confirmed it too.
Yeah, and it just didn't go up. Like he said, it went up and held it at 51 for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's going to drop 4 degrees now.
So Ava, you were a understanding Irish nurse. People were abused because of an edge. What else happened here? Tell us more about yourself.
Age.
Dude, I heard like 3 footsteps coming towards us.
Are you asking us our age, or are you going to tell us your age? How old are you?
That's down this side now too. Again, more so.
Wood.
Is it knocking on like the wood supports?
It's like what sound? Like what was that?
Right.
If you're down here, can you make a really loud noise if your name's Ava? If you can hear us, go like this.
What was that? Those footsteps? Down there. Yeah, shuffling.
I just heard it.
Can you yell for us? Or stomp your feet? Dude, that hasn't gone off. Yeah, after not going off.
I felt like someone's fucking down there, bro. That's just what I was saying. It's like I feel like I'm hearing footsteps like
Approaching.
Understanding.
Again,
Again, the same
twice.
thing again.
What the hell? How's that possible?
Are you trying to get an understanding of what we're doing? We're trying to talk to you. That's all.
We're not here to cast any judgment. We just want to understand what happened here.
Mirror.
Yo, that's kind of freaky with the mimic stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Doppelgangers and
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna try something. Hello? Can you hear me? Voice crack.
how embarrassing.
A pact.
A pact. What happened here? A pact. I've never gotten that before. Understanding a pact.
One thing we've encountered at a lot of spots we go to, it's like there's kind of like a warden who watches over everybody.
A head
It's almost
spirit?
Like, yeah, like a head spirit. And like there's rules to follow. Are you not allowed to talk about what happened here? Did you make a pact? Is there some sort of rule that prevents you from doing so?
If you're down at the end of the hall, can you come closer to us?
Was it?
What the f was that?
Was that you?
No.
Oh, that was in between.
That
you
was
guys.
right. Literally was right here,
You know
bro.
what that sounded like?
Yes, bro.
The hand
It literally was like.
Oh, that was awful.
I was sitting. You can
Yes.
see on the f***ing static. I was sitting completely
And I just
still.
turned and looked at you, dude. You could hear it move.
Anybody?
Anybody?
I thought you were like exhaled, and then I saw your
No.
eyes get wide. I'm like, dude, it was right here.
Yo, dude,
Right
do you feel
between-
cold?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
or is it
awful
just
right
me?
now.
It's so
super
cold
cold.
right here.
And we're down to 46 over there.
How is that possible? It's dropped 5 degrees in 20 minutes?
In an enclosed area underground.
Yes,
Underground.
deep underground.
That doesn't make any sense.
And it went up.
It went up first. That's the thing. It went up first.
Yo, I'm feeling weird. That whatever that,
That
was
was weird,
really
dude. That
strange,
was right
man.
on
It was
this.
right here. It sounded between us,
Yes.
man.
Yeah. It traveled. You could hear it move. And again, hasn't been going off, but now it is.
And remember the REM pod was just spiking.
Yeah.
Full EM.
Yeah.
It's not gone off.
Are you a nurse that's down here with us, or a patient?
Stay packed.
A pact again? Understanding a pact.
I said it twice now.
I'm serious, guys. I've used this app probably 30 times now on investigations. I have never once in my entire time using this gotten the same word twice
And it's done it
with
twice.
2 different words.
Right. In a row.
So that's very important. That means that it's actually picking that
Right.
word
It's
up.
saying this. I'm trying to tell you this.
Yes.
Right.
Like it saw that whatever that value was,
Right.
showed us those words,
Right.
and
You
that's what it was.
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft! Witchcraft, bro! A f***ing pact! Something was f***ing happening here, man.
What if they were doing something crazy?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Oh my god, man. Yo, that is crazy. A pact with something, bro.
Right.
The devil. What do you make a
Right.
pact with,
Right.
man?
Were you playing with something you shouldn't have? Oh, I just got chills.
I have, bro, I have a coat and a
We
long...
hear you.
We hear you. Yo, didn't you yell? Can you hear me?
Yes, I just screamed that. Hello? Can you hear me?
We hear you.
We hear you. What is happening?
I just heard like a from over there, and then REM pod cuts off.
Like it was moving away.
I was about to say, all my hair is on it.
Literally.
And it's not, it's been cold, but it's, I think something was summoned here.
By somebody.
Yes. A patient, a prisoner, somebody in their cell got bored and did something here.
You gotta think they said to those people that were in like the protective custody and the dangerous, they were in their prison cell for 23 out of 24 hours, right? So like you're sitting there by yourself for
I've read
almost
the
a
Hunt.
Hunt.
I don't think I like that. Uh-oh. What do you mean hunt?
I just heard another like.
Dude, it's 45.8.
Doesn't make any sense.
45?
Yeah, it's gone down
6
6 degrees
degrees.
after going up. Like that's the main point there. It went up first.
And it went up on the REM pod, bro.
Can you whistle back? That was a way better whistle than mine.
Throw.
Yo, that's great. A pact.
But the minute we stopped talking about, or I guess the minute we brought it up and then figured it out, it stopped bringing it up. Are you gonna throw something?
Mood.
Depends on what mood you're in.
Can you tell? Okay, so we're gonna leave the tunnels, but we want to come to where you're at. Where are you? On the property.
Are you up this way to the left or to the right? Where are you? Can you describe the room you're in?
Take photo.
Take photo. You take one that way, I'll take one this way.
We'll take a picture. Only if you show up for us. Anything strange. Can you please, before we get out of here, just tell us what part of this prison or sanitarium we should come meet you at? Are you in the jail? The hospital?
All right, like you said, we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to a different area on the property.
Down.
Down!
Go down. Down this way?
Down there?
Down where? Can you give us a number of a building or a letter? Where do you want us to go?
That was close.
That sounded like it was down there.
Down. It
Down
was
there.
down, bro.
Down there.
Down that way is the building we started at, though, right?
Yeah.
Not the chapel, but.
Yeah, the chapel's down there.
It's the huge building.
We're family.
We're family.
That's good, I guess.
That'd probably be sanitarium days, though.
Right?
Well, wasn't that a preventatorium for kids?
Yeah. Kids would have been down in that building.
Don't you just wonder, though, about what kind of abuse happened
What went on here?
to sanitarium patients, prisoners?
Right? Because like she
Anybody.
said too, like, they're still gathering a lot of the information. They don't know much about this place.
They know like nothing.
Right.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
There's over 100 years of history, and they don't know much. So what is still to be uncovered? You know what I mean? Like like you said, what kind of abuse had happened? To who? Where? How often?
I think it's been covered up for a reason.
Yeah.
They don't really.
That was you. Okay, thank God.
That was you?
Yeah, he hit the.
God damn it. I was like, yo. Damn it, man.
What? Did you just hear that? No. You didn't hear that voice? No. None of you heard that? No. That was literally.
I'm a child.
Oh, dude!
What were you just talking
about?
about?
It literally just sounded like somebody yelled, "Ah," like all the way down the hallway. It echoed down the whole hallway. I don't know how you guys didn't hear that. And that says, "I'm a child."
You know what's kind of an eerie possibility?
Oh my God.
Maybe what we're talking to, it was bad at first. The evil thing came through. Or not evil, but more negative.
Right.
It set the temperature lower.
Yeah.
It was setting off the REM pod, the music box, and it said a pact understanding twice.
Right.
Both words.
Right.
So those are important words.
Right.
But then I don't feel as cold.
It dissipates.
The REM pod has stopped.
Yep.
And now it's saying you should go down back where you came
And
from.
I'm a child.
But what's happening?
She's dangerous.
She's dangerous.
Dude! Yo, that's what I'm saying.
God, you're talking about that. And they're like, yeah, she's dangerous.
Because what I'm saying is there's something up there that we want to talk to.
Yep.
It's a pact, understanding there's something almost evil.
Witchcraft.
And she's
Witchcraft.
dangerous. Yes.
You heard a young girl just now.
From that
yelling.
way. Yeah.
We heard a girl before moaning.
Yeah.
She's dangerous.
And it's saying,
Like-
go down, go back to where you came from. Don't go up
She's
there.
trying to warn us.
Yes.
Keep us away from the abuse that
Yes.
happened.
And these are the most haunted buildings up there. These are the
That's the
places
way.
that she said she doesn't like to go.
Answer.
That's the answer.
Dude, that's the answer.
Oh my God. Yo, this
I got chills
Dude,
all
that's so
over my
crazy.
body right now.
That's crazy.
Well, do you guys want to go up there?
I think we have to, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'll break the envoy out, but this
I don't
is
think
this
we
is
need
the
it now.
answer
That's
right
the
now.
answer. We don't have to.
Like,
we
dude.
have to go that way.
Are you up there?
Knock's down here. Yeah.
It's like trying to. And the EDI's going on.
Yo, I feel cold from down there.
It's
dude.
trying to.
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft twice! What the hell?
Can you follow us up there if we go to protect us? From whoever's dangerous up there?
Dude, it's warning us, bro.
Yeah.
We weren't even talking to the thing.
Yeah.
When it said a pact,
Yeah.
understanding, it's trying to make us understand that there's something
44.5
dangerous.
degrees.
Yeah. It's trying to make us understand that there's something up there.
Yeah.
She's dangerous.
Beware.
Beware! Beware!
What the f*** now? Jesus. Yo, that's crazy.
Beware.
Yo, I have full body.
As we're describing it, they're like, yes, beware,
Yes.
beware.
I asked if they could protect us. And
Yes,
they said beware. So
beware.
they can't follow us.
And then it
I'm
goes
gonna
off
lose
again.
it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose it.
Yo.
That doesn't make any sense. It hasn't gone off.
That hasn't gone off.
Hate.
Hate!
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Dude, that's a strong hit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This has been on 25 minutes,
It
30
hasn't gone
minutes.
off.
It was going off.
And then it stopped.
Then it goes off.
As we're talking about this, beware.
Right when we finish
understand
the
witchcraft,
theory.
hate.
Yes, man.
As we're talking about it.
And you know what's f***ing scary about all this? What the hell is the creeper?
Right.
What is that thing?
Right.
Is that the thing that's dangerous?
Dude, what's going on with the camera?
Yeah.
The
it's
IR line's dying, bro. Fully charged IR line. Look at it. It's f***ing
You can
flashing.
literally see it blinking.
That's one thing she said though. That
They're
batteries.
draining batteries everywhere.
I mean, but, okay. This is confirming everything this has said.
Yeah.
Let's just consider for 1 second the tadpole thing.
Right.
That is not human.
That's conjured.
How does that
Something got created.
How does that end up in a place like this?
Witchcraft.
You can go to asylums; they don't have creepers.
Right.
You know,
Right.
someone has to do something f***ed up to bring that in here.
Who's talking?
Who's talking? It's me, Colin.
Yikes. Yikes.
I can see that camera's dying up there too.
The blinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both cameras. Yeah, I'm gonna shut this off.
58% on this one.
This just got really freaky,
It
man.
took a drastic change. All right, we're gonna come up that way.
Yep, this camera's about dead.
Wife.
Wife.
We were genuinely trying to like uncover some sort
Right,
of
the
abuse and try to help people.
Right.
But everything that just happened in the last 10 minutes turned this to
Right.
extremely dark.
Right, something getting conjured, something
Yes.
witchcraft, something, beware.
She is dangerous.
She's dangerous.
Beware. And then in addition, 2 times we heard a female
Your
voice.
family.
Your
family.
family. Your
Wife.
It says wife and then
Wife,
your family.
Like threatening us?
Right, we
We're
both
both
have
married.
wives. Right.
Bite.
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 We've never gotten any of these words. Wife,
No.
bite, beware, never.
Witchcraft. What
Witchcraft
was that? Twice?
Act twice.
Understanding.
How is that possible, man? Because that shows that through this app, something is accessing those words and it
More
agrees
than
with
once.
them.
Right. More
It's
than
saying,
once.
I can do this to
Yeah.
give you this word. What?
I know when I do this.
Did the camera die?
He turned it off.
Yeah, turn it off.
I just heard something like a boop.
Well, let's pack our stuff up and go up there.
Let's go.
Let's meet this thing face to face.
See what happens.
She's
Right.
dangerous.
Let's do it.
That's crazy. This has been wild, dude.
The evidence we were getting was something was trying to save us, almost protect us from going into the other direction of the tunnels. And in that moment, the evidence we were getting was so confusing, but later on it would start to make so much more sense why that was happening.
So after the tunnels, as you saw there, that was the very beginning of where this investigation took a very dark turn. You know, we actually went into this trying to uncover some of the abuse that occurred here that actually shut down Cresson, if you'll remember. But this thing that was coming through, it really seemed like one entity specifically. This thing was, I don't want to say evil because that's so overplayed in the paranormal, but it really didn't feel good. It was making the temperature drop extremely fast. It said the same words on the Spirit Talker multiple times. If you guys watch our videos, you know that that does not happen. It never happens. I've seen it repeat a word one time. And I think that was in our Gettysburg video. And we've used this thing many, many times. So to have it repeat those words, it meant that whatever the entity was that was with us found out how to get that phrase or that word across, and then it... Did my f***ing light just die? That's creepy, right when I'm talking about this thing. Okay, gotta reset that, I guess. Shit. Okay, got the light fixed. That was weird. It's funny, we're doing these interviews like 3 days after we filmed the investigation, so if you go with the attachment thing, there still could be something that followed us from there. But anyways, that energy that repeated those words on the spirit talker, it led us to believe that something had been almost summoned there. I mean, not only has the place been abandoned for years, so who knows what could have happened within any of those buildings during that time. It's so isolated. But when prisoners have all the time in the world, specifically talking about the inmates there, I've read a lot of cases of prisoners practicing witchcraft and other sorts of religious practices from the dark side of religion while in prison. Son of Sam was known to do that, the serial killer from New York. There's a guy in Nebraska who does that all the time, who's famous for what he does in his cell. It almost seems like somebody had brought this thing into Cresson. You know, it didn't seem like a human spirit, whatever that would be. And as you're gonna see, as we continued to look for what this thing was and try to figure out more about it, the investigation just kept getting darker. And that was also the point of the night where we headed to the prison area in the cell blocks, and we encountered something powerful.
If there's anybody down here in this hallway, make a noise for us as loud as you can. Slam the door. Hit the wall. Whatever you can do.
I'm so cold right here. It's so cold.
Hello?
Completely silent again. I know.
So different from when you were just down that hallway, like all the noises and the footsteps and all that.
Yeah. How f***ing freaky would that be though if it went, hello?
See you later.
Bye. Connor. Hi ho. Hi ho. Off to work we go. This is one hardcore f***ing ghost hunt. There we go.
Nice. Can you step away from that so it stops? Just step back a little bit.
That's going on.
Are you talking to us?
Okay, so we just got to, what area is this?
This is building E. This is
Yeah.
where Big Willie hangs out.
Yeah, this is where we were called to.
Where they told us not to go and
Yep.
beware.
Yep. And look at the first word that the ovulus said.
The only word it said in here. We turn it on, it says that.
Witch. We're not even rolling. We were in the process of setting our stuff up.
We literally just got here.
I mean, bro, a pact twice, understanding twice, witchcraft twice.
And then we get up here.
Yo,
witch
that's crazy, man.
So as you just saw, literally, the spirit talker said witchcraft in the tunnels when we felt like this thing started to reach out to us. There was the almost positive energy that was pulling us back towards the chapel area and the other buildings. And then there was that dark energy, the little girl's voice, pulling us towards the prison area. And right when we got to the prison, the ovulus, a totally different device, said witch. I mean, how's that possible? That's something that's, you know, you can take each device at face value on its own. But when you have two different devices saying almost the exact same word and all the other things that were happening, it was painting a picture at that point that somebody was a witch performing witchcraft. They made a pact. It all makes sense when you really look at it from a holistic viewpoint. And the prison is where we started really making contact.
In the why? Can you step in front of that?
Okay, now what the fuck, dude?
That doesn't make any sense.
Can you step away for a second so I can ask a question? Did you follow us up here?
Yep.
And the REM pod.
Surrounded again though, both sides.
Yeah.
A noise over there.
I don't know where to look.
So you're surrounding us? Voice really quick.
Are you the dangerous woman that we were warned about downstairs? Is the dangerous woman...
All right, that is fucking crazy that it stopped too.
Is the dangerous woman that we were warned about downstairs over by the table? Table. Damn it.
So just to confirm, the dangerous... Yep, okay. Just to confirm, the dangerous woman's over by the table?
That's behind you.
Yeah.
She's right there, dude.
For safety, you know.
So. Got it on camera. Video. Yeah, got it on camera.
If I can't see them, they can't see me.
I think that's how it works.
If you're over by the showers, can you step closer to that device that's making a noise?
Is that a voice?
I was like, hey.
And then that goes off again.
Did you just yell to us?
All right, I think we do a DR60.
Yeah.
Let's sit right here, boys. You want to turn yours on?
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick before we start, I think that whatever we were talking to at the beginning didn't want to talk to us. It was down in the chapel. It was there. It showed us that it was there. It didn't do anything like frightening.
It was a little standoffish.
But in the tunnel, it said, where should we go? Down, come back towards the chapel.
Right.
And then witchcraft, she's dangerous, a pact, understanding, powerful. So it seems like whatever was down there was trying to guide us away from going up here.
Right.
And now we're here, we're gonna do a DR60 and see if we can hear any EVPs, so.
Let's do it.
I'm ready, guys.
Let's do it.
You sure want to ask a couple questions?
Sure.
All right. Okay. 1, 2.
You know what, I'm gonna turn this off.
So we can actually hear.
I'm ready.
DR60 time. 1, 2, 3. Were you down in the tunnels with us?
Were you summoned here?
Why did they not want us to talk to you?
Is there something evil here with us?
Who's dangerous?
Are we understanding what you tried to tell us?
Are you a product of abuse? Were you summoned here?
Do you know where the creeper came from?
So it said a pact and witchcraft. I thought everything here was human. Are you a human spirit? That was this table.
All right, I'm gonna end it. 1, 2, 3. There's more knocking over there.
Something's
shower.
What the fuck is it though?
I don't know.
Yo, this night has been crazy, man.
Wild. Everywhere we've gone.
Yeah.
Every single place we've gone. And each spot has a different feeling too, and a different vibe.
Were you down in the tunnels with us?
Yes, I was.
Yes, I was. Listen to that. I play that.
Were you down in the tunnels with us?
A woman's voice almost.
Were you summoned here?
There's a lot.
Why do they not want us to talk to you?
Scream.
Something
What was that?
here with us. Who's dangerous? Are we understanding what you got to tell us? Are you a product of abuse? Were you summoned here? Do you know where the creeper came from? So it said a pact and witchcraft. I thought everything here was human. Are you a human spirit?
A noise over here, and it goes off.
Oh! No way. Dude, you know what's weird? That shit happened right on the...
Are you a human? Are you a human spirit?
Yes. And it's like it didn't answer on the DR60,
Right,
but it's
right.
like right when that
Right.
question was asked again,
here.
that happened.
A bang, and then this starts pinging.
Yo, that's wild, bro.
That's not gonna lie.
No.
And that's where we were hearing stuff the whole time we
the
were
whole
doing
time.
the
That corner.
Can you step back from that so it stops?
Dude, it's like whatever is here is so strong that it keeps setting the stuff off and then it can't go back.
Yeah.
It's like the energy comes,
Yeah, and just
the
like-
temp drops like 6 degrees,
Right.
and then it's like, it's going off.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go like physically reset the
Right.
device to get the same
It
results.
just leaves all that energy right there, and it just continues to go on.
It's also something to think about is that, like, if you're performing witchcraft
Right.
in an area, you're not just like doing something really simple, especially if you're a person that's in prison. Because
Yeah.
if you're in prison, usually you're an extremist.
Yeah.
And so they're probably performing some crazy rituals in here and making this place, this whole cell block, almost become like a portal.
Yeah. Right. Drawing in all this energy and whatever else.
100%.
Bro,
My camera just lost focus too.
you know what would be cool? You guys got 2 DR60s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should split up, but yell our questions, and then all of us compare the DR60
Yeah.
answers.
So you can catch the same stuff or different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Because, dude, whatever the fuck
whatever just happened is strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have a noise, and then...
Again.
Oh my god. Right over there again.
It was like demonstrating. You don't have a noise.
I literally just said it, dude.
So the question is, who's going in the showers?
You.
You really wanted it.
Shouldn't have asked.
If you're excited for us to split up, can you make that noise again?
Oh my god.
My God.
No.
Never mind.
That's crazy, dude.
Holy shit.
And you know what's crazy? It's dead ass coming from right there. It's not coming from over there. It's fucking right by the REM pod.
That's so weird.
Well, I guess we gotta split up.
It just did it again. It just did the same knock again.
Do you want one of us to come into the shower?
It's like over here.
It's moving, but it's up by the showers.
Were you summoned here through a pact and witchcraft? It's right there now.
Dude, there's something in
Bro,
that
it's fucking
shower.
walking around. What the hell, guys? When we were doing the DR60, there was no noise.
No.
And then right when this goes off,
The noise.
noise everywhere.
Noise all of a sudden.
It's almost like when we did the DR60, it wasn't here, but something like followed us back into this area and knew, where we were coming to.
Right.
And it's fucking here now.
Yeah. It was like I warned him not to go up there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, whatever was down in the tunnels was warning us that something up here is not to be fucked with. And here we are fucking with it.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, let's split up.
Yeah, we're like, one on one.
Prisoners.
Again, just to confirm, you want one person to go over there in the showers. Make that noise again. As loud as you can. Do you want two people to go in the showers?
What the f***,
Now
dude?
it's on again.
What the f***?
Now it works again.
Okay, beginning of this entire clip, I literally went like this, like 15 times. And what the f***? Look, it's dead again.
There it's gone.
How is that possible, dude?
That doesn't make any sense. And when it dies, it should be dead.
Yeah.
And it died at the beginning of the night when you went to your car.
And then I came back, and it
turned
came
on
on by itself. Then it died again.
Right.
And then when I showed you guys 10 minutes ago, it was dead like this.
Yeah.
And then just fucking turned on again. Now it's dead again. Well, I say we split up.
Let's do it.
All right. Are you down here in the shower area?
Hey, Willie, are you up here? Who followed us in here? What's your name?
Does someone in here want to hurt us?
The flashlight just turned on, bro. No, on the fucking table. By itself again, dog. Yes, again. Look at it. Dude, we're in the fucking. We're so far away.
Nobody's anywhere near that. Who just turned on the flashlight on the table?
Has the same person been following us all night?
Were you summoned here?
Notice how the sound stopped.
Is there someone dangerous in this room?
Do you want to hurt somebody because you were hurt yourself?
I feel like there's like someone touching me.
Where?
Like on my neck. Is there someone touching me right now?
Come up to the device on you and scream as loud as you can.
Why are you so angry?
Your camera dead.
Are you some sort of an evil entity?
Are you upstairs?
Can you make a loud noise for us to let us know where you are?
It's right above us.
Okay, you're right here above us. I can hear you. Who are you? I hear you right here. We just heard you walking. Can you shut one of the doors or bang something? Come on.
That was the one over here with the point in that direction. Did you just walk towards me?
It sounds like someone's like getting off of the bed.
Who are you?
Different direction. It's like, whoa, it's f***ing on 360.
What's your cell number?
Show us how strong you are. Make a noise, knock on something. You guys want to compare? Yeah. Did y'all just hear all the fun shit that was happening over here?
Yeah, I could hear it moving around.
Oh, there was just so much movement by us. If you guys watch the videos regularly, you know that our channel basically survives off of interaction with the videos, likes, comments, subscriptions. So the biggest thing you can do to help us out if you love these investigations is like the video, leave us a comment, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel with your notifications on. Every single week we give away a gift bag to a lucky viewer of the show. We love sending them out. A lot of people have gotten them in the past. But this week, to enter the contest, all you have to do is like this video, hit the thumbs up, comment, what is the creeper? And honestly, I know that you guys like to have discussions in the comment section, but maybe comment on someone else's comment too and give your theory. Leave a comment saying, what is the creeper? And then even offer your own analysis, because I don't really know what to make of all this evidence. So with this giveaway, I want to hear your guys' theories, and that's actually going to be really interesting to read through, and maybe we'll have to do an update video and include some of your guys' responses whenever we return to Cresson. But I'm going to give you all 10 seconds to comment now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn those notifications on. I'm sorry for the little PSA, but yeah, I love y'all and I want to keep doing this forever. So I want to see all of your beautiful comments and read what y'all have to say about this, because we still don't know what to make of it. But I'm gonna let everybody get back to the video. Thanks for watching and stay spooky.
I'll say yes. I'm gonna ask if Big Lily was up there.
Possible.
Yes. I think you did.
Who just turned on the flashlight on the table?
What was that? Another noise.
That's not like footsteps.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It sounded like someone was like walking around in there.
Is there someone dangerous in this room?
I take that as a yes. Yeah.
What is
What
it?
was that? It's like a dragging noise?
Yeah, it looks like something just dragged
Yeah.
across the ground.
Hello?
And they're all coming from the same spot. If it was the wind, the building would be making that noise everywhere.
Yeah.
It's literally just this.
Consistently.
Yeah.
Too.
It's like a dragging ass.
Are you up there?
Knocked every time. What is that? What is that noise? Are you moving around in your cell?
I don't even know what can make that noise.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Either, man.
There's a excuse me. There's a lot going on during that. It sounds like a couple screams. At one point I thought it said, "Get out of here." But the noises that are going on behind us right now have not stopped.
No.
It's constant movement, dragging, bangs, footsteps.
That's literally the whole time that we were doing the whole time that we were doing that, it sounded like there was like a bunch of people just like getting out of their cells.
Let's play this.
Are you down here in the shower area?
Sorry.
That's a yes. That's a big bang.
Yeah.
Right after you played the "Were you summoned here?"
Another noise right after you said it. Are you the one who was summoned here?
Yes.
Oh, what the?
That's like a.
Yes.
Yes. Yes was weird.
That's fucking crazy, bro. Not like a.
No, yeah, not like a garbled.
No.
There's the DR60 EVPs that you get that are, you know, kind of garbled sometimes, but you can make them out. And then there's the vocal stuff, and that was just straight vocal, very breathy, whispery. Yes.
And that was answering.
Yeah.
Are you like an evil person that was summoned?
Yeah.
That's fucking freaky, man. I'm a little freaked out right now.
Yeah.
Like genuinely.
It's been
I didn't know
weird
that.
night.
I didn't know this was gonna take like a dark
No.
turn. Okay, you want to hear yours?
This one might have recorded the whole thing. I was trying to see.
Anyone feel it getting colder?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Substantially. I'm chilled right now.
Yeah.
I'm dragging
Yeah, what is that?
There are so many noises in here.
Yeah.
But just from that one area.
Yes, right there.
That's fine.
Voice.
Do you like that we put up?
It's so quiet.
Yeah, it's weird.
What the fuck?
Even anything that's on here too is not as clear.
Yeah.
How did we get so much? And his is like complete silence.
Yeah, nothing.
It's almost 3 a.m.
A witching hour.
I say we go. You know, this thing has led us here.
Yeah.
It said it's not a good thing.
Right.
But, I mean, I feel like we need to go to the F.
We have to.
The F block.
Yeah, the last building, the darkest building.
That's like the area where this thing would live. I mean,
The creeper.
breeding. Yeah, the creeper. It's pointing to that conjured witchcraft.
Yeah.
It said that stuff like that can move building to building, you know? We wanted to come here just to come here.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was almost like the F block's like where we were meant to go, if you know what I mean.
Been moving us there the whole night.
Yeah. And I'm on edge to go there for sure.
It's an intense building.
Absolutely.
And we've already had a crazy night with like stuff we didn't expect. You know what I mean? Like activity we didn't expect to have
And, you know, now we get to go to the worst building on the property.
I mean, bro, look at the REM pod.
I know.
That thing was just going f***ing nuts.
And now it's doing nothing.
Same with the music box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
and the music box.
Yeah.
And that thing's on?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. So it's like they're,
Well, let's gather our stuff. I think we should do an Estes
Yep.
in the F block and see if we can talk to.
I think that's a good idea.
Let's do it.
I mean, we started to point this out tonight, thinking that we might talk to the victims who died from TB,
Yeah.
the 30, 40,000 people, inmates. I was talking to them, serial killers.
Yep.
But what we're talking to is like something that haunts the whole property that is way darker.
Something
And it's
that,
fucking here, man.
created, summoned by
Yes.
something or someone. And it's been here all night, and it's been moving us around. It's been following us around.
Following us.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it said.
And now we're going to, like, it's turf.
The epicenter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What keeps happening is we come to a place and then it comes to the edge
Yep.
of the place, but it doesn't come.
Right.
It said edge earlier too.
It did say
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, it did. It did. Yeah.
To lure us out to the next spot.
I think F is where it wants us to go, though.
It's like the pinnacle, the
Yeah.
peak part. So
It's where I felt the worst. And if we're talking to something that's not human, like we thought we have been,
Right.
that's the place where
that would be.
it's gonna be.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So, as we were wrapping up in the prison area, we couldn't help but once again be almost frightened by this evidence. I mean, it seemed like there was this dark thing that had been summoned to the prison. A prisoner had made a pact with something. And, you know, with all these records that have been lost, who knows if they may have taken their own life after making this pact, if they had hurt themselves even and they hadn't taken their own life. We still don't know. All of that information about this place is just hidden or lost, or they haven't been able to find it yet. But the voices on the DR60, the screams, all of the banging throughout the complex, I know that some of that definitely was probably the wind, but there's a difference when you're investigating. You can tell when noises are, you know, caused by wind, and you can tell when they sound like human footsteps or banging, stuff like that. And let's not forget that the flashlight turned on again by itself. This is a click flashlight that you physically have to click on and off, that I thought had died multiple times. I thought it was dead. And that's what's so interesting. I mean, that connects our first investigation in the chapel to the investigation at the prison, because it's the same type of extremely rare paranormal activity, that it's almost like the same entity had been following us and was causing that to happen, almost a sign like you're getting close, you're getting closer to where I'm at.
We also have on the property, we have a creeper crawler, whichever you prefer to call it. I call it the creeper. And he's been spotted in this building as well as building F. A fellow investigator saw him crawl out of the doorway up onto the ceiling and then onto the roof as they went outside. There's also a creeper figure upstairs. He crawls on the ceiling. Not sure what it is exactly, but it's been described to me. I haven't seen him, I've heard him, but he has a human top half and what looks like tadpole legs.
And it's kind of hard to wrap your mind around, but you know, the thing is, we were there at the prison and we felt like we were close to this thing. And that's when we had the revelation that we still hadn't gone to F block. F block being, according to the guides and Steve and Dylan, F block is the worst place on property. It's the place where the darkness at Cresson lives. And F block is also where the creeper is at. Now, no one knows who the creeper is, what it wants, but according to people that have seen it, it crawls on the floor and ceiling. It's got almost tadpole legs and it's a shadow. Now, that doesn't sound human to me. I don't know what that sounds like, but that night when we were getting all that evidence that was pointing us towards believing that a prisoner had summoned something or made a pact with something, it is interesting because the F block is kind of the hospital area where there was a lot of death. It was like a medical ward for inmates, and it was the hospice area where people were dying left and right. It was the mental health area, the asylum portion of the property, if you will. So that's where, I don't know, maybe if someone was dying, they were trying to save their life, they may have made a pact with something. Maybe I don't know, they wanted to get out of prison and they thought they were dying, so they had one last attempt at something left. I don't really know, but it is weird that this whole time the evidence was saying I was summoned here. Almost It's Not Human, witchcraft, witch, the screaming, all the bangs, the freakiness. And then we somehow ended up at F Block, where out of the whole tour, the one inhuman thing has been seen. And what we were about to witness up there, I think, would confirm our suspicions.
Walking over to F Block, I mean, that was when the kind of snowstorm was happening up there, and feeling kind of scared and nervous about going into this building, because that's where the creeper is known to be sighted there. I know how these dark energies work and how they try to affect people, and seeing how they have affected people in that same building had me on edge for a second.
Alright, here we are. The darkest place on the property, the F Block. Let's go. After you.
Oh, thank you. It's so much colder outside right now.
Big change.
Okay, where's the upstairs? It's cold in here.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was that? Something that's... Can you step away from that so it stops? What's that noise?
Is that like a yell? Like, yeah.
Body heat is going.
Yeah. Suffering will never remains. Okay.
What?
Huh. Thanks.
Hello?
That woman's voice, yeah. My eyes are watering. Huh.
Do you know my name? Colin?
And the music box.
Can you say, hey, Colin? Come on, scream it. Hey, Colin!
Every time you say that.
Yeah.
Again, oh my god.
Yo, what the f is that doing? Have you been waiting for us to come up here? This building?
Again? What is it?
I wish we could go down there.
Yeah. We can go to the caution tape.
Okay, y'all go.
That's fine. We're gonna come get closer.
Here, I'm gonna reset this.
Again, something consistent all night we've been followed.
Dude, stronger than down here.
Yeah.
It was right behind us, dude. What? There's a loud bang from that way. That static captured it. Are you down there?
Oh my god. It is down there now.
It's in this room.
It sounded like a voice.
It was a bang and then a voice.
Yeah.
It's in this room right here.
Can you step out of the hallway so we can see you?
Was that I heard a woman's voice?
Yeah, the voice. The dangerous woman.
She's dangerous. I heard you like to say people's names. Can you say, hey, Colin?
Can you make another loud noise for us, wherever you are?
The bangs stop down here. It's just a ladder out right there. That was not happening when we were just down there. No.
That's what I'm saying. How does it start? Because it goes on the ceilings.
Gross. Awful.
Thanks for that image.
What is this noise?
But I mean, how does it make loud bangs down here?
Right.
And then the music box stops. We come down here.
Everything goes down
And the music box goes down there. And the bangs start down there.
We didn't hear one when we were down there.
No. And they're loud.
Yeah.
Can you yell again for us? Or whistling like a door or something.
That sounds like a door closing.
Yeah.
No, they're just
Is
standing
your
there.
voice?
Yo, I'm fucking freaked out, dog.
What is happening?
I don't like it over here. It's like we're cornered because we can't go down.
Surrounded.
You know what's fucked up? This whole night, it led us here, bro.
Yeah.
And if this is the dangerous thing, we're here.
Think
we're in
about
its
that.
territory.
It led us here. We started down there. It made noises down here, so we came this way. Now we're at our. We can't go past this, right? So our backs are against the wall right now, and everything's down there now.
Yeah.
So it backed us into a corner, and we get
Another voice.
and we can't go anywhere.
It's consistently been like a woman's voice, though.
Backs us into a corner, and now we're trapped and we can't go anywhere.
And also, out of the entire property, somehow we ended up right fucking here.
Yeah.
Like the most evil place in the whole complex.
The only spot that she said anything dark was in this building.
And it led us here, dude.
Yeah.
And now it's active.
Yep.
This shit wasn't going off at all.
No.
In
Now
the
it's
last building.
It's like standing at the end of the hallway, just
Yeah.
watching us.
Regardless,
Slamming doors.
we found it, dude.
Yeah.
We found whatever we're looking for, but did we want to find it?
Or did it find us?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I think it found us and it
did.
led us here,
Yeah.
dude.
The whole night.
Witchcraft.
Yep. A pact.
A pact.
Understanding. Powerful. She's dangerous. And then it says witch on the audio as soon as we turn it on. Like.
And what? And also, what voice came from in here?
Yep. Female voices.
Multiple voices. Yeah.
Female voices.
Who called your friend's name?
A female. She's dangerous.
woman.
Yep.
Again, another
She's
voice.
dangerous.
I just heard another woman's voice.
I heard that.
Can you say one of our names?
Like on the paint chips.
Human talking and then a footstep.
Like walking down the hallway.
Okay, how the fuck is that possible that we were down there hearing noises from down here?
And now there's no noises down here.
Yeah, and no noises down there. Then we come down here.
Everything's down here.
Everything's down there. This thing feeds off fear,
But
dude.
she even said that thing
likes to hang out
right over there in that corner.
Yeah, that area of the hallway where the two hallways meet.
A voice again.
This thing is scary. It feeds off fear. It may have even fed off the fear of inmates when they were here.
Yeah.
Or they may have created what's f***ing here.
What was the first, like the last thing that it said in the chapel when we were leaving too?
Scared them.
True.
So that's where it all started. It's
The
been trying to
whole
scare
night,
us.
the same theme. Scared them.
Yeah. And
Witchcraft.
dude, whatever was in the chapel was also following us.
Yeah.
Because it did the same flashlight thing
Yep.
in the last room.
That's right.
It was the same fucking entity.
Another bang down there.
So it's the same thing all night. It's been the same
literally
thing.
just following us everywhere.
Yeah. Like, I did not expect this to be like a dark investigation. This turned out to be like...
I'm freaked the fuck out right now.
Me too.
It's getting closer each time. Yeah.
Come on out! Can you suck the light? Suck the battery. Suck the energy out of that orange light.
It's like a lady crying.
Yeah.
You can have it all.
It gets closer each time.
If you want to scare us, come down this hallway. Show yourself. Make a noise.
What should we do, Spirit Talker?
Try Estes?
Let's do Estes. Yeah, let's do Estes, man.
What you want to go?
Go in that room.
Yeah, 2 rooms.
Alright. This is f***ing dead, bro.
Dead. That drained
This is
the whole
dead.
thing. They just drained all the batteries.
Yes. Look at this.
Just like you said.
Look at this.
Nothing.
Fresh battery, bro. Look at this thing.
After you just
It's
said.
dead.
And you said
How crazy
you
is
said
that?
Take the energy too, so maybe they took it from.
Yes, I just said that,
Took
dude.
it from that instead of the light.
What the fuck, dude?
Suck the battery. Suck the energy out of that orange light. You can have it all.
I'm freaked, dude. I don't know the last time this thing died when we filmed. I mean, look at.
Nothing. It's got no juice.
Look. Look.
Nothing.
Completely fucking fried, bro.
Especially with the fresh battery in it.
So
Especially after you said take all of it.
It's all charged.
Wow,
It's
bro.
all charged up for you now.
Okay.
Colin's gonna put these headphones and a blindfold on. We're gonna be out of here. He's just gonna be like,
Yeah, I'm gonna open my eyes. Y'all are gonna be outside,
He'll be able to just
waiting in the car. You're like, hey, we're at the Days Inn, man. Where you
Dude,
at?
there was a guy like right behind me.
We had to leave.
We were gonna tell you, but you had the headphones on.
Okay. I'm doing the Estes method to everybody on my. Oh, these are upside down. Whatever.
they still work.
All right.
Oh, another voice. Did you hear it?
It was out the hallway.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey. Are we hearing you talk?
It's cold.
I agree.
That's interesting. So, like, can they feel the cold? Are they aware of it?
It died.
Didn't he say they had 3 hours?
It died.
It died.
Holy
Didn't he say they had 3 hours of battery?
Yeah.
He said they had 3 hours of battery. It dies. He said it died.
That's
Right
it.
away.
That's it.
Hey,
Hey,
female voice.
are you taking energy?
I'm in the hall.
Please don't.
It's creepy. I got chills hearing that.
Is this the creeper that likes to crawl on the ceiling?
The red.
The red. There's the orange light. Yeah, orange light right there. The red light.
I see you,
Oh, good luck, Steve.
Steve.
Oh no.
Yikes. You were the one who stepped in the hallway too. And,
Do you remember
The
Steve?
chill.
I would like to come back in the room now.
Because the music box was going off, like they saw you at the end of the
I would
hall.
like to come back.
Home.
Is this your home?
You cannot come home with me.
Do you not like us in this building?
Get out.
Get out. Why do you want us to leave?
Oh no, that was right here.
That's across hall.
Yes.
I'm coming.
Oh
Excuse me?
my god. Help. Down right across the hall.
Don't like you.
Who don't you like?
Say their name.
Which person?
See.
See. Just like out of the hallway again. Like they see you.
Connor.
Oh.
Vincent, I didn't do nothing.
I'm tired.
That was really loud.
I don't know where to go.
You hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we hear you.
We hear you.
What's your problem with me?
You're Connor?
Shit.
I don't know what the fuck's happening, but I just heard you're Connor?
What's your problem? Your counter.
Or it could be like questioning. Like, you're Connor?
Yes, I'm Colin. Why do you have...
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I don't know what the fuck they would be playing that on radio, but
What the hell?
Man's just getting hated for
Villa?
Villa. Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Below.
Say hello.
Are you stuck
It's
here?
hot.
It's hot.
I don't think so. Oh my, that was close.
That's right across the hall.
Yeah.
I don't. Every time I go out there, they yell at me.
What was that?
6 stars.
Is that you across the hallway?
If there's anything in here with 6 stars.
Yep.
Yo. Is that you across the hallway? Yep.
Fuck you again. I don't know what the fuck. It says fuck you.
Why are you so angry?
Oh God, what is that?
What?
She hurt me.
The dangerous woman?
I don't like it in there.
Inmate.
I don't like it in there at all. I don't like it in that room.
You said she hurt me.
Curling iron.
Curling?
She hurt you with a curling iron?
It's true.
What?
So you were an inmate? She was a CO? Is that what you mean?
Nurse.
A nurse. Wait.
Oh my god.
But a lot of times during the psych hospital days, they would refer to them as inmates.
Yeah.
We jumped right over that part.
That's it.
That's it. It doesn't have to be TB or prison, psych hospital.
What the f?
So a nurse hurt you with a curling iron when this was a state hospital? And this was a
I'm
psychiatric?
mad.
You're mad? I would be too.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Find me.
I don't think I want to play hide and seek right now, sorry.
I'll come out in the hall.
The woods.
Nope, won't go there. Sorry.
Pass.
Candy.
Wait, find me the woods where they would have spread the bodies and stuff.
The mass grave.
Yeah.
Is that what you're
Ashes.
Ashes. I said where they spread the body and stuff.
Or Asheville? I don't know.
Asheville.
How long have you been here?
Basketball.
If they were one of the nurses.
My favorite.
Yeah, that's next to the gym.
You like to play basketball? Well, there's basketball courts outside.
Wait.
For what?
Are you sure?
He's coming.
Oh, good. Ooh.
Who's coming?
As the music box is pinging.
Like someone standing in the hall.
You know?
No, we don't. Who's he? Who's coming?
Or turn off the music box.
Horn.
Horde?
Did you just say horn?
Crawl.
Crawl. Please don't.
But I'm getting cold, man. I feel even colder than what it was.
Something is crawling out here.
Did someone play with
Did you
something?
just hear that bang?
Jamie.
Isn't Jamie one?
Bang.
Bang. Yeah.
Isn't Jamie one of the people that works here? I could have sworn.
Might be.
Did someone play with something they weren't supposed to? Did they summon something here?
In this hallway? Hallway right now?
Yeah.
Feels absolutely terrible.
A drawing.
A drawing? A drawing of what? Like a symbol?
I'm telling you.
6.
6.
6 again. He said 6
He
stars.
said 6 stars.
Telling you right now? In the hallway?
Feels gross.
Killed himself.
Killed himself.
That was eerie.
The hallway feels terrible.
This place is
Oh, he sees you.
right.
He
when
sees
go
you.
down the hallway.
He sees you.
Who's out here? What's your name? That sounds like footsteps
It does. It sounds like walking in that room.
In that room right
See you, Steve.
See you, Steve. Why me?
Do you remember me?
It's really clear. See you, Steve.
Music box is coming off and no one's in.
Kiwi,
Kiwi. Sounds nice.
help me.
How can we help you?
The
I heard like a scream.
positions of power.
Did you hear that?
What?
That? No.
That was me.
Step inside.
That was me.
That was me. He just said that was me.
Oh my god, that was awful. It was like,
I'm sorry.
oh, that's okay.
I don't believe you.
He's just mad.
I can tell if there's like a laugh or like a screech.
That's
He
what I was
heard a
saying.
scream. He heard it.
Huh.
Why is he
Maybe.
mad? What? Why is he mad?
That's getting close.
That's so.
Oh, I just heard a shh. Like that. Very creepy. Yeah.
I think we're gonna be leaving soon.
Oh, that's this room, right?
It's right.
Shut up.
Oh, sorry.
Is there anything you
No,
want to
shut
tell
up
us?
and listen. Listen.
Shut up and listen.
We're listening.
I'll visit you.
Oh, thanks.
Where? Where are you gonna visit us?
Forever.
I don't think I like that.
Me neither.
I'm not good.
There's like whispering out here.
I'm not good, he just said.
Quiet.
Are you sick? Or do you mean bad? Not good, bad?
Get a flu shot.
I did.
No.
I already did this year. Thanks, though.
I'm freaked out right now.
This is bizarre right now.
Do you see me?
No, could you step into the hallway?
In the corner.
Of this room?
The wind.
It's windy.
Just listen.
Okay, we're gonna just listen. We won't ask any questions right now. We're just gonna listen.
I was hurt. Can't remember. Carl.
Why don't you kill that music box? Just so we can listen.
Go.
He said go.
Get out before some.
Before we watch.
Too late. Too late. Get out before it's too late.
Get out before it's too late.
Two different voices, but
Sure,
still
sure.
same message. That was trippy.
What's gonna happen?
Lungs.
Tuberculosis.
That's how it went.
Are you afraid we're gonna get infected with tuberculosis?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Come on, man.
Like, I feel like that was just like a nurse talking
Yeah.
to us.
Like, get out before it's too late.
Yeah.
You're gonna get sick. They have a cure for tuberculosis.
The
now.
doctor.
The doctor. They found a cure. We get vaccinated against it.
It's already over.
Sorry.
For you too.
What was that?
Listen,
Like woman's voice.
Yeah, listen.
I'm gonna use my voice.
So listen, I'm gonna use my
We're
voice.
gonna listen.
Oh, very creepy. Like that. Bang.
Dude, that's the second.
Bro, that's crazy.
That's unbelievable.
Huh.
Prophetic.
Prophetic.
That's a big word. I don't know what that means.
I heard it all.
He said bang and then a bang.
Prophetic is like prophecy.
Gonna die.
You say you're
Freaky. Don't know why they would say.
Prophecy, you're gonna die.
I mean, someday.
I see your eyes.
Oh, what the?
Use your voice. We want to hear you. Did you hear
That
that?
was deep, though. Do you have a message for us?
I'll haunt you.
I'll haunt you.
Thanks.
Listen.
Listen.
Creepy voice. Listen.
We are.
I was killed. I was killed.
Who killed you?
With rope.
With rope.
With rope.
Jeremiah.
Did you just hear that voice?
Disturbed me. Listen outside.
We're listening.
Again. Shh. Like that, bro.
We're going to be leaving soon.
Leaving.
Excuse me?
Yep.
Is there anything you want to tell us before we go?
I'm quiet.
This is your last chance to talk to us for the night. What do you have to say?
Yeah, his voice again. Yeah.
I'm out there.
I'm out there.
Out there? Yeah.
Oh, I feel f***ing creepy, guys.
You should hear
I'm not saying that for Estes. I'm just it's creepy. Mac and cheese.
Oh, sounds good.
Sounds really good.
Sounds delicious.
Do you have a message?
Get out.
Alright, well,
We have to.
Shut up.
I'm telling you, every time I do an Estes method, and I'm the one asking questions, it always tells me
Damn.
multiple times.
Really?
Can you say goodbye or good night to us? We have to go.
Woman's voice. Yeah.
So long.
So long.
Couldn't tell what that said. So long.
Again, try again. Can you say good night or goodbye? We're moving on and we're gonna head home.
I'll always be here.
We'll come back. We'll come back to talk to you.
Would you like for us to come
Don't.
visit you again?
Don't. It's mean.
Yeah.
Harvard or Connor, something like that. You sound like Harvard.
You got big plans?
Not a bit. Alright, well, if that's all you have for us, we're gonna get going.
Can I?
Say goodbye.
I'm tired.
Tired.
Me too.
Thank you for talking.
Hungry.
Same.
Same. Yeah. Feel that.
Coughing.
Yeah. Talking.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we're
You're
gonna
wrong.
get going.
Punch it here.
Oh my god.
There's some fucking nutty shit.
All the
Literally,
time.
right away, you, like, this camera dies,
Literally right away.
and you go,
Yeah.
dead.
I go, didn't he say it had 3 hours left? And you go, it died.
It was supposed to have 3 hours left. That
Dude,
thing's
there was like
Like,
massive
it shut
bangs.
off on itself.
There's massive bangs and literally it would go off. We would look and you'd go, bang.
no
It
way.
happens so many times.
And guess what?
That's a little
I'm
creepy.
asking questions again. Guess who keeps telling to shut up?
You.
Me.
I walk out in
Why?
the hall and you're like, I see you, Steve.
No.
Oh, and
I remember fucking hearing
I was like,
that.
that sucks.
And it was kind of like, I'm seeing you,
Yeah, I
but
literally walked out there and you're like, I see you, Steve. I'm like, I'm gonna go back in the room, I think.
And then we'd hear a voice and you'd ask, like, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're saying, listen, I'm gonna use my voice. And we would hear a female voice.
Yeah.
Out here?
Yeah.
You'd hear something?
Yeah.
We heard like
Some nutty stuff.
Yo, that's crazy,
Dude, it was
man.
crazy.
I can't wait to watch that
That was
because
good.
I felt like it didn't really make sense.
No,
it did.
it was like all
It did. It all lined up.
Okay.
like there was maybe only like 5 or 6 things that was like
Yeah.
okay.
yeah.
Some mac and cheese at one point, which just sounds good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that? I was like, mac and cheese.
All right.
Alright. Let's do it. Let's go get warm.
Yeah.
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 What a night.
What a night.
Interesting, man. So at the end of that night, we packed up all of our stuff. I know we were all really excited to get out of there because not only was it like 4:15 in the morning, but it was a full-on blizzard. It was freezing cold. It was hell to shoot this video, but the evidence is so intriguing because like we've said throughout this whole video, they don't really know a lot about what happened at Cresson. They don't know the exact number of deaths. They don't know, the full inmate roster. They don't know anything about the violent interactions, the things that happen, the day-to-day history. They kind of have the broad history of the place, and they're still finding stuff out day to day. Like they have researchers that are digging, even at this very moment, into the history of the complex to try and see if they can corroborate any of these stories or provide investigators with more knowledge to base their investigations off of. But that's the interesting part about all this. We went in trying to uncover some sort of dark secret about the abuse that was happening, and it led us totally by chance to the inhuman thing and why it may be there. So the creeper, we don't know what we're dealing with, when it comes to that thing, but from our investigation, I think we determined that it was summoned there almost. A pact was made at some point, and it's there. I mean, when you think about it, if an inmate performs some sort of a ritual in their cell, maybe they die, take their own life, who knows, they hurt themselves. Either the inmate is one day going to be released, or they're going to die there in the prison. But what happens when the inmate is gone and the building still stands? Well, the remnants, the leftover energy, the entity that was summoned in whatever ceremony was performed there in those cells, in those buildings, that is still there in those old empty hallways. That thing that came out of the darkness, that energy that was called upon, it still stains those halls. And that's why I personally feel like the creeper is being seen in those hallways. Something happened there that maybe one day they'll figure out what it was, but until then, all we have is our evidence that we captured. And yeah, it was a very interesting night.
So, wrapping up Cresson, I really started to notice that this place is definitely one of my favorite places I've ever been to, history-wise, paranormal-wise. But it was also the scariest place I've ever been to in my whole life. And I've seen some crazy stuff in my life. And just hearing things all around us, unexplainable things happening to us. I mean, the flashlight clicking on and off. You can't explain this stuff. It's really cool opportunity to be able to go and investigate this stuff and be able to show the world that this stuff exists. This stuff is real and it's unexplainable how it works, but seeing it for yourself, it definitely shows that there is something out there that's not really explainable, but it's there. We had a great time working with the guys at Haunted Nights. Great people, really professional investigators. We had a really good time with them. Hopefully we get to maybe collab again sometime. It was a great experience, and I'm really glad you guys got to watch this and kind of experience it with us. I will say though, I was really excited to leave there at 5 o'clock in the morning and get out of that damn cold.
But I want to shout out Steve and Dylan. Those guys are awesome. Be sure to go check out Haunted Nights on YouTube. They also do actual events all across the country where they sell tickets and people can come out and ghost hunt with them, and they can go explore haunted buildings and do paranormal investigations of their own. So be sure to go check out Haunted Nights. Great people. And at the end of the day, I think Connor and I, we pushed ourselves to our limits with this investigation. This was back-breaking work. It was freezing cold. It was super late. It was let alone 8 hours of driving in a day and a half just to get there before we did all of this, but it was so worth it. And I can't thank all of you people online enough for watching these videos, for enjoying what we do here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, give us a like, leave us a comment below letting us know where you'd like to see us investigate next. And yeah, we'll see you next week with another 3-hour long video. We're going to start our West Virginia series. But yeah, it's Colin Brown here. Thanks for watching, and stay spooky.